Hello there. This is Carhouse. Welcome to the Three Puddles podcast. We have Mike and Dan back this week, and we have Tim Connors as our guest. You guys want to start off with callbacks?
Yeah.
First episode, we were talking about wheels.
Yes. So it wasn't Gaudi wheels. It was Bugatti.
Yep.
So I realized after that the Gaudi wheels are incredible, but you asked what's your favorite wheel, right? I don't think the Bugatti wheels are my favorite, but they are pretty cool, and they do have a two-piece version, which is insane. So they were a BBS wheel.
I ended up coming across those when I was searching for it. And I found
It was a factory Mark III wheel, right?
Yes.
And then they did like a two-piece version on different cars, I think, and they were pretty sick looking.
So. Yeah, I found somebody that made like their own three-piece version.
Yeah.
When I was searching for them.
I thought there was a factory, like, I don't know like how it was tied to Bugatti, but I do believe that there was like multi-piece versions for other cars. So pretty cool. Anyways.
And then you want to talk about the project
from
the first episode?
Yes. Marketplace finds.
Yes. Yes. Marketplace.
The continuation of the Marketplace find story.
Dan's Marketplace finds.
Okay. So, all right. So there was a CC for sale, like very locally, and I've always had an eye out for the 4Motion 3.6 VR6 models because they're like the executive, they're super nice, and the car that I daily drive is an 06 Passat 3.6 4Motion, so it has 250,000 on it. Actually, Kim was making fun of me last night. She's like, this thing is kind of a shit box because it's so mechanically sound, but it's like it's starting to rust, it's starting to fade. So I've had an eye out for like just a replacement for that. So we were looking at Arteons, but I was like, VR6 4Motion, like besides like the R32, what are you going to buy? So the CCs are like pretty cool. And I was like, all right. So I found one locally. It ended up needing a high pressure fuel pump. It was just literally a blown fuse for the high pressure fuel pump. Picked that up and fixed it up. And then I saw an R-Line, the same color, for sale for $2,000 down in like West Haven, Connecticut, which is a haul.
That was the one that you guys took the truck and the trailer down.
So we took the Touareg TDI, which has 280,000 on it, which I bought last year and fixed up, and then did like the whole like exhaust and everything. It's like tuned, and so it's awesome. We towed the squareback down to Roots with that. So the water pump pulley started making a little bit of noise, and I knew it. And Kim's like, you think that's going to be okay? And I was like, we've had to top it off a little bit because the EGR cooler was leaking. So I was like, you know what? We're going to risk it for the CC. So we drove down there. I picked up a car trailer from U-Haul to buy the CC because I didn't want to drive it back illegally, right? So we get into the U-Haul parking lot, and Kim gets out and she's like, there's coolant everywhere. It looked like it just puked it all out. So I stopped at AutoZone. I get 2 gallons of Euro coolant, right? It was like $45. I'm like, this is insanity. I have 20 gallons of this in my house, right? And like, even when we went to Roots, I had to top it off a little bit. So I was like, you know what? It's whatever. It'll probably make it. And I really wanted the car. Long story short, it was an absolute fiasco. I ended up towing the Touareg home with the U-Haul box truck. The guy ended up meeting me in the parking lot that we died in because it lost the serpentine belt. It was a disaster. And but he was really cool. He sold me the car, slapped the plates on it, drove it all the way home. But the goal is to take all the R-Lines, bumpers, and everything off of it. Everything that's good from it, and put it onto the executive, so it'll be like an R-Line CC with the 3.6, so kind of like an R version. And I already did the blue coil pack wiring and everything, and then I'm gonna do blue calipers. I already got upgraded brakes. I'm probably gonna order Votling coilovers for it this week, so it'll be like hopefully the exact same car I'm driving, just way nicer looking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other CC I'm just gonna put together as like a DR line CC, and I'll sell it to somebody for cheap.
Somebody will need a good daily.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is like we went down there. The other reason I brought the Touareg and we were gonna trailer the CCR line back was because it had an EPC light, and the guy was like, it might need like an injector or something. Literally, when we had no other options, because I had a box truck with the Touareg on it, Kim's like, all right, I guess I'm driving this home with the 2 dogs. And literally, we just slapped plates on it. We took one off the Touareg to put on the CC. She was halfway home and the EPC light and check engine light went out, and it's been driving fine. So I'm like, this is pretty good score. So hopefully, if it needs like a timing chain service, I can do that, and then we'll sell it, and somebody will have a good car that they can rip, because it's super nice. It's like black leather, everything. But the whole goal was to just have a cool new daily without having a car payment. Like, the Arteons are a steal right now, though. So we still might end up, like, I don't know. I'm like kind of looking at them and being like, oh, these are pretty nice cars. Like,
yeah, when those things come off lease,
yeah,
like
well,
after 3 years, the prices plummet, so
and they
get them for a
don't
good deal.
break. Like, I mean, there wasn't as many built here. I think it was like, I think Dale had, so my coworker has a midnight blue one, and it's so nice. He has the SEL Premium R line, which is the only one. I told Kim, because there was an SE for sale in Rochester, and it was like a cool gray color, like that flat gray. And she was like, I really want this car. And I'm like, it's not the SEL Premium, though. Like, it was still an R line.
You can get like the regular SEs, like the non-R line ones, for like sub 20K with like but they look.
Yeah,
they
like
look way
the
too
R line
generic.
is so sick. It's almost reminiscent of, like, I hate to say, like the Phaeton, because you guys know I have 2 of those as well.
You have
glutton
two,
for
yeah,
punishment.
you have 2 of almost everything.
One of them, well, that's kind of how you have to be with Volkswagens, right? You
One-
kind of
one that
have to
runs,
have
one that
2,
doesn't.
because like, you know, and hopefully you can make 2 good cars,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just one, you know. So but yeah, the Arteons, I feel like they packed them with so many features that they're reminiscent of the Phaeton, kind of, because
they put all the technology that they
everything,
had right
and
in
they're built in Germany. They're so well built. When people come in, I remember there was a customer that came in, and she was actually, I think she was like a police officer or something, but she clearly was like working a lot. And, you know, every time we got the car, it was always like a rush situation. That thing had like 120,000 on it. And every time it came in, it was like, yeah, you're due for your Haldex fluid. You're due for spark plugs. You're due for an air filter. And I don't think she ever did any work to that car. Not a single maintenance item was ever done. And it was just oil changes and tires and brakes. And it was like, this car is fine. Like, it's crazy, you know. And then you get some of these new cars, and it's like, you can't even make it 40,000 without having a major repair. You know what I mean? So we're still thinking about the Arteon. It's just the CC is cool. They don't make VR6s anymore. So that sound, I just did a 3.2 timing chain job this week in an A3. Oh my God. It's just a res delete. And I was driving it. I was like, this is the best car ever. It's just like, it's got that exhaust note that is just no other car.
Yep.
Like, it just sounds so good. And it's like, I actually really love that car with the DSG too. So back to the Mark V R32. You should buy it.
Yeah, no, it's, I want one.
Yeah.
There's so many. I need more room. But yeah, Mark V, I still see him.
Yeah.
I just
look at the A3 too. The A3 is really cool because it's a 4-door and you have the hatch. Shout out to Jay and Lorana. They're awesome. They're great lifetime customers and friends. And, but yeah, she had 155 on it, and it was like, all right, let's do chains. And, that car is so nice. It's like a toffee brown color. And, just like while the intake was off, I did like the valve cover, painted it and everything. And the engine bay looks so good. It's like the new cars are just like,
yeah.
Have you popped the hood on a new Tiguan?
I have not.
It's terrible. The newest Tiguan.
You don't like plastic?
No, dude. It looks like, you know how the new BMWs just have coolant hoses like everywhere?
Yes.
Like, it doesn't look like an engine. It's just like spaghetti. It's almost like a Mark II.
It's either spaghetti or just plastic
like the
covers.
old Mark II 1.8s. It was just, or
I was more surprised they didn't cheap out and actually put an engine cover on it.
Dude, that's the crazy part. Like, I feel like manufacturers don't really put as much aesthetics into like the engines and stuff anymore. I mean, obviously on like the RS models and like the BMW M stuff, but But like your base SUVs, man, like the new Tiguan's are going to be expensive to repair. Like the turbo models, especially, like you can pull an intake manifold on a EA 888, like 1.8 2-liter, 2.0 like regular Volkswagen engine pretty quickly. On these new motors, it's like there's just so much shit. It's crazy. So we'll definitely be charging a lot for those services. And it's tough with Volkswagens because not everyone buys a Volkswagen expecting it to be like super expensive to repair, you know? So there's going to be some wake up calls.
Well, I think they just won the award for the most unreliable vehicle you can buy yet again.
What was it?
No, it was like, I read something. I forget what it was from. I don't know if it was like Edmunds or something like that. Like, who knows? But it was just shocking?
Like, and we're still all buying them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enough about me.
Why consider something reliable?
Do you want to do news real quick? I wasn't really planning, but
nice.
Yeah. So I ended up coming across something that my dad brought up about 2026 models having a mandated advanced impaired driving technology. Basically, if it thinks you're sleeping, drunk, or any way impaired, that it will kill the ignition and shut the car off on you. Which I had to Google because I didn't believe my dad, because he might be some type of conspiracy theorist. Sometimes some of the stuff he says to me.
What's the likelihood that that's actually going to be implemented, though?
It probably won't be. I was Googling it, and there's a lot of pushback.
I mean, realistically, if it's going to start somewhere, where's it going to start? California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Because I feel like there's been a lot of deregulation recently, obviously, with state inspections going away. Yep. The EPA is like,
let's roll back. Global warming's not real.
Isn't real.
Let's just roll everything back.
Yeah.
All those manufacturers.
Oil's good.
But the good thing for that is start-stop. Because that is single-handedly the worst thing to come to vehicles in the last however many years.
Even worse is you can't shut it off in every car.
No.
Oh God.
I think Minis 2023 you could turn it off and it wouldn't turn back on. And then anything after that, the customers, every time they get in, they have to turn it off manually.
Some cars don't even have a manual.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Chevy, GM type of stuff is you have to trick it. You have to like slow down funny and then roll and then stop.
Well, it gets triggered by brake pressure.
Aim that thing at your mouth a little bit. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
He was talking about the microphone. Al wasn't trying to be Al. But yeah, no, I mean,
you were good, Dan. You were good. You were good. I was actually surprised. Like you were like a foot back, but I think you were good.
Well, I'm like leaning back.
Yeah,
it's Sunday and.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, good thing is we'll probably have start-stop gone.
Yeah, no,
you might actually have reliable diesels again without all the emissions equipment attached to them.
Yeah,
and better economy. They're ridiculous. I mean, who buys a diesel truck to get 12 miles per gallon?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
And then at a time like this, you would think manufacturers would be like, game on.
Right,
but then you have BMW who's like, oh, there's never going to be another gas-powered M car.
But you have to, there's smart people at these, it doesn't seem like lately any manufacturer is very smart, but there are smart people who are probably looking at this time, the next few years with, policy changes, and they're like, they're not going to do away with catalytic converters.
No.
Because they know that the next president or whoever comes into office is going to be like, that wasn't a great move.
That wasn't smart.
They have to think like broader.
They don't want somebody coming in and changing everything.
Honestly, we were talking about it at work. I would like to see state inspections again. I think the whole thing with the EPA, the reason that Gordon Darby started to lose the case with the state inspection thing is because they rolled back all the emission stuff. They came out and basically said greenhouse gases weren't no big deal. Right?
It's what we were talking about in the group chat the other day. like it's annoying when you have a brand new vehicle.
Yes.
That you need to bring it in every year.
It should be every 2-3 years for new cars or something.
So every state's a little bit different. Like I think Connecticut is like no safety for 3 years.
Right.
And then you don't do emissions for 5 years or something like that. But like that's the type of policy. I mean, the fact of the matter is that we're not in Florida.
Right.
We live in the Rust Belt.
No, and
right. And
on the coast,
yeah.
you have mountains, you have salt. Like,
yeah. And if you give people free reign, I mean, granted, it doesn't stop people. I mean, God, you see some of the janky trucks driving down the road and stuff like that. And Jim Bob just slapped a sticker on that thing just for, just
$50.
Yeah. $50
we
to
all
keep
had
it rolling.
A guy. We all had a guy.
Yeah,
back
we
in
all
the
had
day.
a guy. Absolutely. Yeah. I used to mail in a copy of my registration to some random address, and then I'd get a sticker from a 94 Taurus back that I could slap on my car. But
seriously?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
You didn't
absolutely.
have to go anywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, I had.
Well, no, because when we widened the rear arches on my Mark V, something got messed up around the gas tank, and I had like an evap leak that no matter what you did, you couldn't get rid of it.
Oh.
There was a permanent
always a
evap
check
leak, so I
engine
always
light,
had a check engine light. So the only way I could do it was this sketchy dude in Derry. And
shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to that guy for keeping the Mark V on the road
doing
for 4
the
years.
Lord's
doing
work.
the dirty. He probably got nicked eventually.
100%. He literally had. I went to his shop to pick up the sticker one year. He literally had like a 94 Taurus that he just used to plug in for every single car, and would just slap a sticker.
Yeah. Eventually, he got a letter in the mail.
Dude, it sucks when you're like trying to be honest, and you're like, this car is not. It's not unsafe. Like it's fine. But don't you feel that they've almost deregulated like in this? So every surrounding state, New Hampshire, so you have Maine, you have Vermont, you have Massachusetts, all of those states have at least safety inspections. And you wonder, okay, why is that? Right? It's because we have mountains, we have salt, like we have winter. I mean, how much snow did we get this year?
We got a lot.
Yeah. Did we talk about the Q5 that I had at work that literally the entire rear subframe was rotted out? No. So I've been telling the story a lot, so I wasn't sure if it was just us bullshitting or if it was actually on the podcast. But this guy came in for like a coolant leak, and he was like a friend of a friend, and it was like a nice Q5. Like it was a V6 model. And he's like, yeah, I think it needs a thermostat. So I looked it over. I almost pulled the intake manifold, but I was like, let me just look over the car first before I like quote the whole job, right? Which is a good thing to do.
Because you never know.
You never know. And sure enough, the entire rear subframe was about to literally crack off. I will share a photo so you can reshare it on the page. And this guy had no idea. He drove it in. And I was like, this thing's like, you're going to like leave your subframe in the parking lot. He did come and drive it home. I think he did pick it up, but he didn't do any work because it was going to be like a couple $1,000 to do like the thermostat, like the oil separator and some other things under the intake manifold, the water pump. And it's just like, he had no idea. So I do think that it's important that we get like, I don't understand how the New Hampshire Auto Dealers Association didn't fight back on this one. Like, how are all these dealerships and all these big companies that have all this money, how did they let this happen where we don't have state inspections anymore?
I heard...
It's insane.
I don't know if it's a rumor or conspiracy theory, but the reason they started the whole no more state inspection because they wanted to get rid of Gordon Darby. And they're the only vendor.
Yes.
So when they tried suing New Hampshire for the Clean Air Act, it ended up being, you can't sue us because you're a monopoly. And then the court said, nope, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing state inspections. And New Hampshire was like, no, we need to find a vendor first. So basically fuck off.
Right.
When we find a new vendor, we'll continue. And
yeah,
so
I got
we're
a
at
message this
now.
week and somebody was like, yeah, I heard that the judge said we need state inspections. And it was like, well, we physically cannot give you a sticker.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping that it goes back to it because I like the deregulation, but let's be real. Most of the enthusiasts, most of them aren't just like taking, well, it depends on what you use your car for, but like a brand new car, a lot of people just drive them, and like the older cars is where we can have a little bit of fun. Like 20 years is what emissions was, right? For New Hampshire.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like
rolling 20.
Yeah. So like an 04, 05, like you can do whatever the hell you want to that car. You don't have to plug it into a machine. You literally, as long as it's safe, and that is, in the inspector's discretion, whether it's safe or not. We all have some friends that,
but I mean, but that's where the problem lies, though, because like everything you're saying, right? So honest mechanics, yourself, Tim, Al, you guys are few and far in between, because most of the time you're gonna get a jamook at a dealership they're gonna want to rack up everything, whether it's a service advisor, whether it's the tech, whatever it may be, and that's probably where a lot of the issue would come.
That's
in.
What New Hampshire. I talked to the guy at New Hampshire Auto Dealers Association, and I was like, we're not like gonna lose state inspections, and he's like, no, we got people, but he's like, we do get a lot of calls though from like customers complaining that like somebody tried to sell them. The biggest thing is rust on rotors. So like you and I like 25% rust where it's like not like crazy, like starting to flake off. I'll be like, okay, there's a little bit of rust there, but like the car's gonna stop. Like it's you got 8 millimeters of brake pad thickness. Like it's not really a safety problem. But I bet you are correct. I bet you a lot of people, and I see it sometimes.
There's a lot of independents out there
dealerships too.
Like
when it slows down and people are like, oh, these brakes fail because there's rust on the rotors. And it's like, they should have rewrote the guidelines, and they should have, if they were going to do away with it, which I hope, it sounds like potentially it's going to be, they'll come back. But it is a source of income, and it's also, as long as you're not trying to rape and pillage people, like it is for safety, like, and like, you're right. We are honest mechanics. Like, I'm sure you are the same way, Tim. Like, we're not going to be like, this is unsafe if it really isn't unsafe. But then you see those subframe rot and like that stuff, or ball joints falling out of the car. And it's like, you could be behind that on the highway doing 70 miles an hour and you see what happens, or tires too.
But I mean, that's the thing though. Like it should be regulated, but also the people who are not following the regulations. I mean, how many times have you gone down the road? And I'm probably more conscious of it now, because if I have my kids in the car, like, I obviously don't want to be in a dangerous situation if I don't have to. But how many times have you seen a Dodge Caravan driving down the road with the rear wheel bouncing 3 feet off the ground, going 80, and the dude's sitting there smoking a cigarette with like, it's like, dude,
you drive by and you just shoot on the peace sign
with a fresh inspection sticker on it.
Oh, I've had cars come in, and like, I'm looking over, and I'm like, this thing got a state inspection somewhere like a month ago. There's no way this thing went bad.
Yeah.
Or in that amount of time.
Do you have a state inspection license?
No.
Oh.
He's in Mass. It's actually a lot harder to.
Yeah, because they videotape all the inspections in Mass, right?
Mass is wild. Yeah. My buddy's gotten caught because the car was 3 inches too far forward for the camera, and they give him a mark.
Wow. They wear body cams too, right?
It's absurd. But for us, it's safety only after 15 years.
Right.
So like
15, that seems reasonable.
A little more reasonable.
So state of New Hampshire, if you're listening to us, new cars exempt for the first 3 years for safety, the first 3 years of their life. After 5 years old, you start emissions, do emissions every other year, do 5, 7, 9. Yes. And then at 10 years, do an every year safety and emissions check until they hit 15 years old. Wipe them off the map, because I mean, let's be real too. Once a vehicle hits 15 years old, unless we're talking about like when your Cummins or something like that, you need a catalytic converter, or you need some emissions work. Right. You're mechanically totaling the car,
right? And a lot of it's like, we were literally talking about this yesterday at work, because that's all we do is talk about cars.
Yeah,
But literally, we were saying like, my buddy, he has like a B5 A4, and he was like, yeah, if you have like a B5 S4 and you're just like a regular person, at this point, you probably can't even buy brand new catalytic converters for that car. You know what I mean? But they do have like a very, like, there's a lot of aftermarket stuff you can get. If you were really trying to be like emissions compliant, you could probably find something. But we constantly get cars in that, it's $2,000-$3,000 for a catalytic converter, and it's no longer available from Volkswagen. So that's pretty annoying. So, but yeah, I think safety inspections need to come back. And I don't know about this technology you're talking about with, driving the car. I think that stuff is stupid. Cars that drive themselves. What we're doing is removing the driver from the vehicle, which is good for regular people who aren't enthusiasts, who don't think about every little thing when they're behind the wheel. But honestly, I think when you start doing stuff like that, like how many people do you guys know that, I mean, we know a lot of enthusiasts, but how many people do you guys know that can drive a standard at this point? Like it's a theft deterrent device at this point. If you have a manual, people, like I think Kim said, like 2 of the people she works with a lot of people, can drive her car. Like if there was ever an emergency and she, like, it's crazy, dude. Like
one of the hourly guys, he didn't know how to drive standard when he started with us. He basically learned.
Yeah. I mean,
on the cars.
Younger people don't even have cars because they're like, well, I can just Uber and I can get food delivered to me and I live in the city or whatever. But, you know,
I mean, outside of my friend group, like I think my uncle and my cousin know how to drive manual. My dad.
Yeah.
Me and Shauna.
I mean, Laura knew before I even met her.
Probably it.
Yeah.
She learned on her parents' Volvo.
What did you drive here, Tim?
My 5 Series.
What year is that one?
14.
Looks nice.
She's a beater.
Yeah.
What engine is that?
N55.
Which is...
So that's the good one.
Yeah,
Twin
that's
turbo
single turbo.
Yeah.
Single turbo.
Yeah,
single turbo.
So prior to that, was it a V8 in those cars?
No, they've always been inline 6s like that. That's an F10.
No, it was the M5 of that.
The
right?
M5
was
of that F10 is the twin turbo V8.
Yep. Vong's car.
The what? It was white too,
Yep.
right? Yes.
Yeah,
that's
the previous generation had the V10.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, was that the M3 that was the V8?
I
think it was
E90.
the
E90 was
yes.
the V8.
Yeah.
The
Was that was like a high revving V8 too?
Yeah,
which
I
is
remember
like over 8.
Sweet.
One from Tully seeing it because it had the carbon fiber roof, and the guy used to bring it to the track days, and it was like, wow,
Yeah.
that guy's hammering that $90,000 car.
Because it probably sounded so good too. Screaming.
The
Yep.
rod bearings just working their way out.
Oh, yeah.
Did those
That's
have
normal
issues with
maintenance. Normal maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it
in
like
those
every
V8s,
60K or something
crank
like
and
that?
rod
Yeah.
bearings? That's normal maintenance.
It's
like
280,000 on a
Just
VR6
one
and it's
metal
good.
fiber at a time every time you start it up.
Yeah, well, Audi and Porsche have their problems with bore score and all that stuff. So, you know.
Yeah.
Germans, man. Do you think it's something with the oil that they're using or their intervals or?
I mean, it's got to be something with clearances and oiling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you kill bearings. I mean,
The wrong oil, though. Or too long of an oil change interval. I know some of those BMWs were like 20,000 miles.
Yeah,
right?
they've knocked it down a bit, but for a while it was like 15K.
yeah, and they recommend 10, and it's what 0-30.
Yeah, they went from 530 and they changed everything over 6 years ago, maybe, and they went down to 0.
And when I bought that, our buddy Joe, who's a Beamer Master Tech, he's like 540 every 5,000 miles.
Yeah.
Do not do 10 or that car will not last.
Right.
And I mean, dude, I bought that car. I put an intercooler, a downpipe, like it makes 400 wheel horse. Like not right now because I just got a sticker.
Had to put it back to stock.
Massachusetts.
But like I have an all-wheel drive controller. So in the summer, I put my HREs on. I put it in rear-wheel drive. It's been a great car. But I mean, it's hammered underneath.
Yeah.
That's as high as it goes on the coilovers.
That thing's pretty.
I did an
looks
alignment
cool.
on it. First time I did an alignment on it. Sitting there, I'm like, I'm gonna make sure everything. He's like, everything will move. I'm like, all right, cool. I go underneath it. I literally snapped the tie rod in half trying to move it. I'd never
Really?
happened before. It
Did you
snapped
heat it or
clean
you
off.
just
Nope.
cranking on?
It was all brand new. It was probably 3 months old.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So I had to give him my car. Went down the street to
Would you use your calves to try to loosen it up?
use my feet.
How big was the wrench, dude? I literally need you to.
It's
I
something
love
with their
working on cars
alignment
with you.
stuff because I put all brand new alignment stuff in, and then the next time I went to Al, everything was frozen again.
He went and
it's like $120 just for the rear alignment bolts.
I was just say we shipped them. He went home, ordered all the bolts, put them in the shop, got them kind of close, came back, lined everything up perfect, and shipped it. But
that was like before winter. After winter, went to get another alignment. Everything's locked up. There was never C's on everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a real fun time.
Yeah, when it's a 45-minute commute just to come up and get an alignment.
Yeah. Well, so we should probably transition into him.
Nope, we'll get into Tim. So you want any type of background before we start?
How'd you get into cars?
Yeah, do you have any background in auto mechanics?
No, it actually became a necessity. I've been, started as a little kid. I had 8 million matchboxes. I grew up watching Smokey and the Bandit, Dukes of Hazzard, shit like that. I didn't watch like normal kid stuff. And when I started working at 14, I would work on the weekends at Hudson and Star Speedway.
Nice.
For cash, flipping burgers. And my 16th birthday, I literally left high school, took the bus down to my first job, started on my birthday, and I just work every day. What was it? I worked at the bowling alley in Lowell.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
I was going to bring up bowling later.
Yeah.
You still bowl?
That's most of my life was bowling.
Hell yeah. I love bowling.
I was competitive like through my youth. We had state champions and stuff.
He's good. Al is good.
No.
This guy's better.
Him and his brother.
Holy
crazy.
Shit, really?
So I normally average 215 to 220 for league play.
Did you see my story last night?
Yeah.
I was like, Lars, you gonna pick that up? I go, take a video real quick, just in case I do. And I fucking nailed it.
And sometimes it's just luck. It's
100%
how the pins
luck.
fly. It's how clean the pin deck is. I mean, and that's where it gets wild is, I'm HVAC. I went to a tech school. Well, after a while, it's like being outside when it's hot and cold sucks. So I started doing facilities management, and I went back into bowling. And I was working at Lowell as a facilities guy. And then I helped build and open Wamisit Lanes in Tewksbury. So I was there for a bunch of years, and then obviously money starts playing roles in your life. So I went to be an industrial mechanic at the world's largest automotive textile manufacturer. So I worked there for 6 or 7 years, and now I do aerospace shit. We do corrosive coatings on plane parts and shit. It's fucking wild.
Do you have access for your own stuff?
Could you? So the problem is we coat stuff on planes is Inconel, so nickel based. It's not iron based. We can do iron based, but it rusts still.
Okay. Yep.
But the stuff's crazy because it's basically a bunch of powder.
Yeah.
And it goes in the furnace at 1400 degrees for a certain amount of hours. Comes out, it's powder coating with metal.
Yeah.
And you can we have a sample we bring. And it's a piece of glass, and you take a nail, you can't scratch glass.
Yeah.
But you take the nail we coated, and you can just gouge it. It's crazy resistant.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's my day-to-day.
That's your 9 to 5?
Yeah, so it's
I was going to ask you if your shop, I didn't know if you went full-blown, into the shop.
No, I mean, dude, it's such a tough industry. It's
You're preaching to the choir here, bro.
We're there,
me and Al know.
We're there
it's been slow too lately.
2 to 3 nights a week, and then every Saturday. Basically, it's a 12, 14-hour day.
And that's Sean too, right? Sean's there with you.
Because he does his electrical thing. So,
do you guys ever give him shit for? I just realized the other day it's Sean Connors, right?
Yeah.
Sean Connors, Sean Connery.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he heard that a lot of his.
I'm sure he did. I was like, is it really? I forgot. I was like, it's Sean Connors, right? Sean Con. Yeah, that's funny.
But
I was like, where's he going with this?
No, I know.
Dan, everybody.
Oh man.
And it was growing up, we didn't have a ton of money. I bought my first car. I had a '84 Z28. T-tops. I was the third owner. Car at 80,000 miles. Thing was beautiful. And parents my mom's no, I'm not getting a sports car. And then me and my dad just went and bought it. But then awesome. I had
to, Dad.
I had to learn the hard way, because it was you got to get to school every day. You got to get to work every day. I was driving a Z28 in friggin' blizzards.
That's awesome.
Nope, can't go this way. There's a hill. Gotta get there. So that was just crazy life lesson. And then like,
did you ever put actual like good tires for like the snow or anything on it?
I just ran it had like Cooper Cobra GTs, the raised white letter, like typical car tires.
Hell yeah. Did you have louvers on it?
It came with louvers.
That was factory.
They were broken.
Yeah.
So I was like,
those honestly were kind of those were a cool car. Like, very square inside, right? Everything's pretty square.
The dashboard of doom, it was like a cliff.
Right,
right in your face.
Yeah.
No, it was like, that's one of the cars I wish I never got rid of, mostly because they're worth so much money right now.
I mean, if we knew, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many cars
that's honestly one of only the few cars I've actually gotten rid of. I have most of my other stuff that weren't like beaters.
I was gonna say, you and Dan have a lot in common then.
I still have my first car.
So. I mean, I bought my first brand new truck my senior year in high school. Because I was already going to a Volk school. I worked every other week, so I was making like adult money. I was making, in 2001, I was making $23 an hour every other week. I'm like, I am rich.
It's making like $9 an hour, working at a dealership.
Yeah. So I bought a Dodge Dakota RT, standard cab short bed, 5.9 liter V8 in a little ass truck.
Those are sweet trucks.
Those were very
good trucks. My dad still has it right now.
No shit.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Those rusted though, right?
It started rusting, and I mean, he was driving it. It's 70,000 miles from 2001.
Wow.
And someone T-boned him, fucked the truck up. So I mean, it's rusted, rotten. It's like, it's not worth anything, but it's just like, damn, that was my first brand new car.
Yeah.
But I still have the wheels.
Yep.
I kept the 17s because it was, he uses hand controls, so it was real hard to turn 17 by 9s.
Oh, right.
255s.
Holy shit,
it comes with big tires, so I have those sitting at the shop. That I'm like, one day I'll try to squeeze these on something so random,
like a neon.
I was like, can I get them to fit on a Volkswagen?
Oh yeah,
but they're
neons are, the SRT4 is kind of a cool.
Yeah, they were cool cars.
Yeah, that was like a cool thing that I felt like that was such a good phase of automobiles. Like that early
2000s era was wild with all the SRT
Evos,
cars. Like they came out with oh, here's a freaking neon with a 2.4 turbo.
Yeah.
That basic mods is 350
limited
horse.
slip. Limited slip.
And at
it
that
had
time,
Recaros, right?
Yeah, and at that time you could go into a Mopar dealership and you could order all these aftermarket upgrades. Like you could leave with a fully under warranty SRT4 with 350, 360
for
horsepower, no problem.
A crazy amount of money, right? Like
Not
what was
really.
Comparable, like a 20th anniversary GTI?
Probably.
Realistically,
yeah, because I want to say,
which was also very cool.
Yeah, SRT4s were probably 22, 23 grand brand new.
When I started at Tully,
probably somewhere around there.
05, one of the guys had an SRT4, and he ended up getting rid of it and getting a new R32.
Yeah, yeah, those were
28.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, because I want to say those were 28, and the Mark 5s were 32.
Yep.
Right around there.
Yeah. So how'd you end up? Because most people probably know you for Mark IIs, right?
Yeah, they probably know because of my G60 stuff.
Do you still like G60s?
Yes. I just did that sweet wagon. I wanted to kill myself.
Oh yeah.
Wait, which one?
Austin's wagon.
Oh, dude.
It's not
that car is gonna be awesome.
It's and none of it's his fault. It's like a lot of the stuff, like whoever worked on it before, the quote Volkswagen tech, there wasn't one O-ring in that damn motor. It was all RTV instead of a friggin' 10-cent O-ring. I'm like, we ended up resealing the whole engine, and I did it in car.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not taking this out, but that was the par for the course. You know what I'm saying? It's like there was a lot of stuff that was that, like.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot of stuff we had to just work around. There's no brake line kits for all-wheel drive Passat wagons because they made 1,200 in Canada only.
Did that? No. So that was a Synchro. So his is a Synchro
G60.
G60 Passat. So it had
wagon.
Yeah, which is crazy. And I met the previous owner. He was working down at GMC. I don't know if he's still down there. He was a service writer.
But you can't.
But he sold it to Austin because they were friends. And
he gave him first dibs on it.
Yeah, and Austin, I mean,
at a steal.
Yeah,
I'm sure Austin's excited to drive that.
Cheap. Yeah. Even the money we've put into it. Luckily enough, he was able to just keep buying the parts as we needed them. So it helped him because I'm like, basically just charging him labor.
But he was working at VW. I mean, he still works at Volkswagen, but you can't get anything for that car.
The weirdest stuff like gas tank straps. Those have the weirdest setup where it's actually 4 separate straps. And every time we ordered straps, they would
never... like crisscross?
Nope.
No.
There's an upper strap that doesn't do anything because it's like the tank is shaped like an upside down, like a 7.
Okay.
So the big part's on the bottom, and then the top kind of goes up in a hole, and there's just this little strap. The tank can't fall. There's a cross member there. But then the other straps you can't get.
Huh.
There's like one dude in like the UK who makes them out of stainless, and it's like $600. So we got like regular Passat ones, and I ended up cutting them, shortening them to fit. And then what I did was I took a piece, I welded it all, ground one part flat, and I made like a gusset that I welded over it on all the sides to just make sure. And I mean, you get into these cars and it's like, oh, gotta make this, gotta make that. I mean, the rear load valve on the beam that notoriously doesn't work on every Mark II, Mark III base car.
Proportioning valve for the brakes.
That was the one thing Brian Buckley said. Put proportioning valves.
Tech 53 actually sells them that thread right into the brake master cylinder.
Well, so I had to redo everything. So that's an ABS car, which
that car is ABS
that works.
That's
it's
crazy.
A working ABS.
That's
car.
Going to be such a weird unicorn car.
So I had to redo every brake line by hand. But what I did was the ABS already has a proportioning valve for the rear.
Yeah.
The one on the back is just like it's like just for load. So like if it sends 20% to the back with no load, it's only giving you 15. And if you load it down, it gives you the 20.
Gotcha.
So basically,
can you just do away with it? Or
so you just buy the Willwood.
Yeah,
Willwood, Willwood makes the knob.
The little.
So you can barely see it, but when you look in his engine bay, the little Willwood knob's poking out from his reservoir for his washers.
Nice.
I put it all under there, so it's like most people just put them under the back. You never adjust it. Nobody ever touches it.
The Rabbit that I have.
But if you do you actually want to crawl underneath the car?
Exactly. You want to try to reach under and find it.
The car that I actually hopefully will be finishing the next couple months. It's if you know me, you know there's been a wide body Mark I VR6 turbo that has been basically I've had it for 5 years because it's always that project that I can only invest a little bit of time into, and then I just, you know how it goes with projects.
It'll cook your brain.
But it had a Willwood, and they routed it through the car. Right next to the seat, and I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, "Oh, cool! You have your proportioning valve like you can just adjust it right on the fly."
When I used to race up at like Star Speedway, Hudson Speedway, we raced Volkswagens. Just they were ABAs with the heads decked and the blocks decked, and
no shit.
But it was the same thing. Our proportioning valves, there was 2 of them, one for each rear, and you could turn them in the car.
Yep.
Because if like you needed it to steer a little harder, you could loosen up like your left rear.
That's cool.
Or tighten up
your
left
roll
rear
a little bit
to get it to turn more
on the bank.
Yep. That's cool.
90% of the time, I didn't touch it. You just hold it to the floor.
Do you have any like crazy wrecks?
Not in those races, but like we used to do like spectator racing at Hudson Speedway. So like I was always doing like the flagpole race and shit.
Yep.
My whole left side rib cage was fractured. A guy came in at like full ass speed into my driver's door.
Holy
shit.
The
door
trying to beat you around the pole?
Yeah, pinned my arm. And it fractured.
You obviously had a helmet. Yeah. Was there a roll cage or
no? No, because the spectator races is just beaters, dude. This was a 95 Chevy Lumina. this
perfect.
This dude
put it to
this
death.
Dude was daily driving at the shop my buddy was renting. It was a shop and a gas station. This dude just gave me his daily driver to go just bring every week. We raced
That's awesome.
two full seasons at Hudson Speedway, and on the second Howling Howler, it finally died.
Oh shit.
That car was the epitome of a tank.
Yeah.
No rear brakes. They blew out like the third race. We just put a bolt in the master cylinder. Like
That's amazing.
The car was just insane.
You know what's funny is like people get intimidated by racing. Like I have this TT that I've been building for a while. I put a new like everything, all new stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take it to a track day, and I'm gonna get racing, and it's like it's fucking stupid that I haven't gone. I should just take the car.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be like a race car. No. It can be just a shitty TT.
Yeah.
You know, I got it running. It has tires and brakes. Like, I just should take it to the track.
That's
like,
even just to rip like an autocross event.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally when you go, it's a bunch of people in their daily drivers.
I will say Hudson Speedway, they're still going, right? Because I used to live right in Hudson, and I could hear them. And I always told my roommates and stuff when we were living there, I was like, we should go to Hudson Speedway. But none of them were into cars. Like, they didn't really like that shit. So
even just to watch, it's a fucking riot. Because like, I went to like the friggin' New England 900 or whatever it is that Cletus does down in Stafford Speedway.
Oh,
the very first one they did. I got tickets and went. And I was like, dude, this is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like just Crown Vics smashing each other with like people you like Travis Pastrana, like all these people you grew up watching.
Yeah,
like they're out there smashing into each other in Crown Vics.
Yeah,
and like.
Going to the police auction, buying a bunch of cars.
My coworker said he used to go to Hudson Speedway religiously, just like he would do the Halloween one, but he was just a spectator. He'd bring his kids, and he said some dude had a brand new Corvette and took it, and he just smashed the shit out of this car. Got out, was like, oh my God. Like it was so bad. Like he could feel like how terrible it was for that guy.
The pain.
Because the spectator races when we were there, like it would mostly just be us and like beaters on the like the one-on-one drag. So like we didn't care. If some dude lines up to me in a $100,000 car, I'll still sideswipe him. But like
that's what happened.
But like I went to one time we were at Star Speedway for one of their huge events near like 4th of July, and they do a spectator race, and dude, I had a 03 Sierra Denali, so it makes 400 wheel horse, all-wheel drive, 410 gears. And right before we went, we cut my mufflers off and straight piped it out the back. And I got second place.
Wow.
In a huge ass truck with freaking quad steer.
That's crazy.
Against like 80 cars. I was just smoking people. And
that's awesome.
Just like, I was drifting. Like I almost hit the wall a couple times because I'm like, I'm not lifting. I don't give a shit.
No break.
Especially after you realize you're like going through
I'm like
the
smoking
field
people,
and winning
like
everyone.
I'm smoking Camaros. I'm smoking.
How do they line them up?
You just start
staggered, like
it's just two people, so you're just both at the starting line. Someone's in the top, someone's in the bottom.
Oh, it's a two,
and
it's only two people on the track.
Yeah, it's a one-on-one race.
Is it a down and back, or is it
circle.
one full?
Two. I think it was 2 laps on the oval every time.
Yep.
Who decide who gets the inside?
Honestly, I didn't care
because it doesn't matter.
I was all-wheel drive, so I was just brake launching.
Yeah.
So I would get to the corner first and just
so whoever gets to the corner gets.
Did you ever race? So would you say Mark IIIs are pretty solid for like if you're gonna do circle track racing? I feel like I see a lot of race car Mark IIIs.
Yeah,
because the 2-liter ABA is probably it's just so good.
2s and 3s are very common. I know a couple guys had Scirocco's.
Yeah.
Because it's all the same platform.
Yeah. Interchangeability.
They're starting to become more uncommon, mostly because like they're running out. So now like
the Golf 2.5 I've seen.
You can get into like the thing is now you get like a Civic, you get you get 4-wheel suspension. You don't got a beam in the rear.
You can get like a 2.5 Jetta Rabbit too.
Yeah,
well, there's a girl that's very successful. I think she races what's that school for rally?
It's down
Tim O'Neill.
Tim O'Neill.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's affiliated, but apparently she smokes people in this 2.5 Rabbit. Like it's nothing crazy. Like she's just a good driver, and that platform's really good because there's so many parts available. So it's the new Mark III.
Yeah, I mean, because I was lucky to race. It was basically a fairly stock 2-liter with like a Tectonics cam and chip.
Yep.
And they're so easy to set up because you can't really adjust the rear.
Yeah.
So you just dial in the front, and we used to just run those the Falcon Azzinis.
Yep.
And it's just the cars are they're like glue, and the front wheel drive helps because you basically just hold it to the floor.
Right.
What used to be hard is we used to race against the 4-cylinder like Fox bodies, the Mustangs.
Yep.
Those things rip. And
Really?
I mean, those guys all cheated too. They all had like freaking built motors and it's supposed to be like stock engine, but like we had to start doing it too. Like the kid I raced with's dad was a machinist, and he used to take like the one I was racing had it was a 2-liter. Then he had put a Dodge Omni intake bolts to the head, and we were running a 4-barrel carburetor. Like his dad's an old school, like air cooled guy, so like, he knows like all this crazy shit. Like
he's an air cooled guy.
Yeah, they used to run like we used to have to run C16 because they were like 14.5 to 1 compression. I mean, they just ripped.
Yeah,
and you'd rev them. You'd turn 8,900 right before you hit the corner. It was just
that's insane.
The biggest cam Tectonics makes, like that's what was in them
on a 2-liter.
On a 2-liter, just
8,900.
Yeah, all season long.
That's higher than my RS4, dude.
A whole season long.
Yeah.
There you go, Dan. New project. Gen 3 motor from
Literally,
the CC with a carb.
I need to go back, dude.
But you gotta do that to the Rabbit.
You have to admit, though, high revving engines, like, how fucking amazing. When you're just like, okay, you're like mid throttle, you're like, okay, this is where I'd normally shift in a car. And it's just like, nope. And it's just like, what? You know, that's fucking awesome. And on track, that must have been so cool.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to get back in. I started out like drag racing, right? Like in high school and stuff like that. And that's kind of where I'm going back to. The circles.
On the streets?
I mean, it happens.
What do you own now? I know you have the white Mark II, which
I have the.
If people don't know, that's Virgil's old Mark II,
his old shell.
I mean, I was at Wolfsgart back in the day when he had, was it Jetta, the dog? Yep. And I remember we were hanging out, and that thing was nice then. Like it was.
Yeah, it's sitting right now, full rewire.
Yep.
Front to back, custom rewire.
Yep.
Painless harness, custom engine harness.
Everything from like the taillights to the
front to back is brand new. And I'm right now on the cusp of possibly color changing.
You don't want the white anymore?
I like the white, but it never got jammed.
Yep.
So if I'm going to have it jammed, now's the time to color change because I'm already paying for it.
How much did you change when you got it from Virgil? Was it just the body that you got? Because he had like a 16 valve turbo, right?
So when I got it was a roller.
Yep.
It had like the hood and the shell.
Yep.
There was no real interior, no nothing. So everything's been basically changed and sourced. And
but what did you?
It didn't even have a dash.
No,
did you pull from multiple cars to get the G60 swap, or was it?
So before I bought Virgil's car, I had a Corrado G60 that I had picked up from New Mexico, cheap money, and I ended up finding out later. That's why I bought a shell. Was that car got plowed into real hard, and I didn't know until I took the bumper off of the back, and the shell was pretty.
It was
hammered.
Pretty smoked, yeah.
I think it became a drag race car for someone.
Oh,
someone
that's cool.
bought it. But yeah, and then I just happened to like timing worked out where he literally posted it like that day, and I was like, "Damn, dude, I'll be there in like 45 minutes." So I went up and just grabbed it and started taking stuff apart.
It's pretty interchangeable on the Mark II.
It's stuff. All. Yeah. I mean, it's a Digi 2 car, and you know that was already a set up for the later fuses and stuff. So it literally plugs into the fuse box. Like everything's plug and play. I don't love the stock computers. Like everything I own is going standalone at this point. So like,
what do you use? Like MicroSquirt?
That one's on MicroSquirt.
Yeah.
I have like one of my Trans Ams is going on Haltech with Haltech transmission controller. That's being set up to be a drag and drive car, so it's like street legal.
Yep.
But I mean, it's gonna make on pump gas. It'll make at least 1,000 horse. 78, 75 billet ball bearing turbo.
Holy shit!
Yeah, no, she's. I mean,
how close are you to like actually driving it? Is it?
It's pretty close. It's just wiring now. Right now the dash and stuff's out, but I took a week off the first week of December, and I went to the shop and just worked on it every day.
That's awesome.
Because that was the thing is like I was working at the shop on everyone else's stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, do you like I know because you have a 9 to 5. Do you, like, I do a lot of side work. He does a lot of side work. Do you find yourself working on it more of your own, probably less of your own stuff most
basically
of the time?
None of our own.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, we're going to dial back. We've been doing like a lot of long-term stuff. Like Austin's car was there for like a year and a half, which is great, but we don't have outside storage too much. So I don't also want to store customer cars outside. My neighbors all do construction. Yeah. So
is
like
it 3 bays or
we only have, it's 1 door, 2 bays, 2
Yep.
lifts. But like the problem is like my Trans Am's on a lift.
one of the lifts? Yeah.
And then my Mark II's under it.
So you're working on the other bay.
We just use the other
stuff.
bay.
Yep.
Well, our building's really long.
Yep.
So like the long term, we have a Jeep there right now. That's actually behind the other bay. So we keep the 2-post open.
Yep.
And that's like the quick money's really where it's at. These long term projects are terrible.
Oh, trust me, I know. Like it's this Rabbit. Like it's such a cool thing, and like I've had it for so many years. And for one, like I had to build the transmission, I had to build the engine because everything I had was junk. Like it was just like everything had to be done. And if you want to do things right, it takes time. It takes
and parts take time.
It does, and like that's why I'm taking the last week of this month off to work on it. Just because I've had it for so long. That car was there when I had the lifts installed.
I would say the minute
I thought you bought the house with it.
It literally feels like it's part of the house. Like I'm actually I feel like I'm gonna feel sad when it's gone, but I also feel really.
You're gonna
really
expect
happy.
it to.
Yeah, I'm sure you were happy to see the Passat Synchro leave.
Yeah, I mean that was a fun little project, and what was nice is like we had an agreement where it was like it's not priority. It's kind of like pick away at it.
Yeah.
So like when I'm waiting for parts for other cars, I do stuff.
Yep.
I rebuilt the G later on it. That's like a whole science in itself. Those things are absolutely bonkers inside.
It's insane. Yeah. There is a company that's still like pretty crazy in the UK that does a lot of G60 stuff.
Yeah, that's is that Thieback? Something like that.
There's another one though,
so
I thought, but
I'm lucky enough that I've networked so many different things in all these years. And one of my good friends that I've become friends with is Andrew, and he had bought Von Brenner.
Oh, right.
So
yep.
I got to do a lot with him on that pro-charged Passat wagon for
is that Danny? Yeah.
Danny's car.
Mercado.
So a lot of the stuff on Danny's car,
his car,
all derived from my car.
Yeah.
Because we did my standalone first. So I have like, we use all stock stuff. I have an AEG coil. I have the distributed delete. Like all the sensors are stock. It's an OBD1 throttle body, so you got TPS, you get all that stuff. Like, so everything in my car is all stock derived. There's nothing fully custom with it. I can go to the store and buy any sensor that I need. It's a GM 3-bar map. So everything I'm using is off the shelf.
That's awesome.
And then he derived a bolt-on kit where you can actually take out the distributor and you put in like a Hall ring under there. Because like
a Hall effect sensor.
We custom made mine, and I have a custom crank sensor on the back of my pulley.
Yep.
So he made it so you can use the distributor.
Yep.
And like it's a pretty sick setup. He actually just sold it back to the previous owner. But it's sick because every time I need parts, I'm just like, hey, I need this rebuild kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
Well, so is he still running? I thought Von Brenner was. Did he close or did he sell it?
He changed it. He got it all back. Like the guy, I think Johnny was his name. He had it before him. It was kind of like really,
wasn't making money.
And he went in, and he's like an engineer. He loves that shit. And so he went in, he bought it from him, and the guy offered him like a ridiculous amount because now it was thriving again.
Yep.
So he sold it back to him. Now he just has his own little company.
Nice.
So
are they like a shop now where they do probably maintenance stuff?
Yeah, he works a lot with Colin. Him and Colin at Tectonics are like great friends. So like my car was funny enough because you guys had on Shane last week. So Shane's Corrado G60 is actually what's in my car right now.
Oh wow.
My G60 only has 30,000 miles. It's on the engine stand. And that's supposed to go out to Colin because I'm going to get it all big valved head.
Yep.
It's the only thing you could do in an 8 valve to make them better.
Yeah.
So then the bottom is going to be like fully built.
Yeah.
Like we want to try to push the limits with a Pro Charger, because like Danny's got a stock motor basically. And he was making pretty good power on that.
It was like
which is
260 or
to
something.
the all-wheel drive wheels is a lot.
Yeah,
like
a synchro.
I mean, for an 8 valve,
synchros, it's like they say it's like, you know, most cars is they say is 20% loss between your drivetrain. Those synchros are up to 40.
Is that identical to the Golf Rally drivetrain, or is there differences?
I believe it's the same thing.
Okay,
I believe it's all the same.
I didn't know if they're gearing or like.
I don't know what the, you know, the diff gearing is, but I mean the car makes great power for, you know, it's.
So did you have Austin's car or like completely like the engine out and everything?
No, I didn't have to take any of his drivetrain out. So we got lucky there. Because there's a lot of stuff that's just shoehorned in there, and
it was color changed too, right?
Yeah, it used to be white. It's like some BMW blue,
yeah,
some metallic blue. I mean, the color looks good. They did a half decent job painting it, so it's like
he showed me.
The problem is like because now he has like his doors were starting to get crusty, and he had those parts cars, so now he has all the doors. Well, now you got to try to paint match everything. It's like that's gonna be the not fun part.
I mean, depending on how many parts you're painting, it might be just worth a full respray.
and that's what it's gonna turn out to be, right? Because he's got a hatch and 4 doors.
Yeah,
you have.
But then again, Passat wagon is a lot of car even without those pieces.
Long roof.
So,
yeah, he showed me an old Vortex thread that he found from the original. I think it was a Canadian car.
Yeah,
and
all those
it was cars, crazy. It was like the oldest thread, and it was like, this is what I've done to it. And he's trying to figure out what he has installed on the car because
he found the original build thread for the car?
For the guy, and he was like, yeah, I did,
because
the guy owned the guy. Yeah, like the guy imported it into the U.S. I think from Canada to California maybe or something. And it was like just some weirdo guy, obviously, you know.
Yeah,
these
he put
weirdo
like 40
Passat
grand
guys.
in it back in the day. Whoever built it was like 40 grand deep.
So was it modded like later in its life, or was it an old?
It was
90s
2000s, I think, when he did it.
Yeah.
So, and what year is the car?
91.
91. So yeah, I think he imported it and was like, I'm gonna build this because this is cool. And it was probably around the time where Mark IIIs were like freaking. But this was the Mark III of the Passat, you know, you could with all-wheel drive, which is insane.
Yeah,
but there must be such low numbers.
Those are Canadian only cars.
Yeah, and what it must have been such low numbers.
1,200, I believe, is the number.
That's crazy.
There's nowhere near that left.
No. Like Danny from, you know,
People's Car.
He buys anything he finds. He just buys them.
Because those or just like rare cars?
Even just like synchro stuff. You can't find like. He blew his diff, and like he just luckily has like cars sitting outside that he bought just for parts.
I wonder if he's thinking about maybe if like that happened again, 4Motion swapping it with something from like a TT because it's available. You can buy parts.
Yeah,
cars,
well,
you know what I mean?
Well, that's what Ryan LeBlanc used on his Mark III.
Yeah.
He got a full.
Yeah, because this synchro is not great.
No, the synchros are
very easy to break.
I've never driven one, but my friend Doug Pauly, who owns PB European in Nashua, he had a Golf Rally, and he drove it from like North Carolina home at one point. I think he sold the car, but he thought it was gonna be this amazing thing, and he was like, the thing's kind of rough. Like it doesn't feel like it's very like mechanical feeling, which I'm sure it's cool, but.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to drive. Like even driving that wagon around, you know, it was like it's a totally different thing because I'm used to my car. Like even my mock-up motor that's in my car, like I put a cam in it, I put a lightweight flywheel, I put rods. Like it's just a mock-up motor, and I just went through the whole thing.
Yeah,
and like
this is the one
that's in my Mark II now.
Okay, yep.
So I mean it revs wicked fast. Like it just wants to spin the tires all the time. I got a small pulley on my supercharger, but I have no power steering, no air conditioning. Like I have the correct water pump pulley, not just a VR6 one with no grooves. I have the actual Volkswagen grooved one.
Yep.
But like I drive that, and it just like comes into boost spins, and like I drive in the Passat, and it's like, it's quick, but like it feels like a dog, and I'm like, this is like weird. Like,
do you think a 1.8T would help?
I
know people are gonna kill me for that statement, but
I think
like,
a lot of it is.
I mean, if you think about the
all-wheel drive,
yeah,
like I think most of the power just gets
but
lost.
if you put a 1.8, you could do a 1.8T so easily with, and I know you love G60s, and
they're terrible motors. They're actual terrible motors.
I read something one time and it was like G60s are only cool in Europe, and then I feel like I met you and I was like, huh.
Have you ever seen the service interval on the supercharger?
It's crazy because it's
5,000
right?
miles.
It's timed.
Every 5,000 miles, you have to rebuild it.
And if you don't, it can implode.
So
essentially,
it's an aluminum case, and then it's basically like a scroll inside.
Yes.
And
it's timed together, right?
Yes. And that displacer is magnesium. So the slightest thing, it shatters.
Yeah.
You can buy billet ones. But like, again, like, I've been lucky to just hoard these stupid superchargers, $200 a piece. You try to buy them and they're like $2,500 now. Like, same with the mini superchargers. I have a mini supercharger on the shelf. I paid $250 for. I think it's probably worth $2,000 right now. Just sits there. JCW charger just up on the shelf.
Yep. Just a savings
because we have two of them. Like,
yeah, can you even get those new still?
I don't know.
Java Sport.
Yeah,
Java Sport is the one I was thinking of.
Thigh-back. I don't know how they say it. They're actually like Only Charge Dubs used to be around. They just recently closed.
TSR
like,
Performance.
Yeah, there's
G-Works, Stealth Racing.
There's a surprising amount of people that still support that stuff. But you can buy a whole billet supercharger now. Like,
but then you said that the guy from Tectonics the Bondbrenner, sorry. He was developing the Pro Charger, so that's what Danny has, right?
Yeah, so Danny has the only Pro Charger on a G60.
So that he made the bracket and everything to bolt it on.
There was all kinds of work.
Is the Pro Charger way more reliable?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's self-contained oiling.
Yep.
So like, it's literally, I mean, you know, these race car guys are running. I mean, Shane had a Pro Charger on that Corvette. They're insane. They're basically a turbo that you spin with a belt.
Right.
It's a centrifugal, so it literally is a turbo housing with a drive belt and gearing. So you can actually change the gearing. Like if you want to spin it slower, you can change the gears in the box.
Yep.
You can do all kinds of stuff with them. You can buy like different impellers and.
So if Danny ever had an issue with his, he'd just literally order another one.
Yeah, he could.
He wouldn't have to send it to the UK or rebuild it. Yeah.
He could call right to Pro Charger, be like, "Hey, I got this serial number. I need a replacement."
Nice.
Send him one.
That's cool. Yeah. That's the. I think I was listening to their podcast about like the development of that car, and I think who was the guy that was heavily involved with that? One of the guys down in Mass.
It's Tony.
Tony. Tony.
I was doing it with Tony, and it was like Bondbrenner. And we were just like, we basically used my car for a lot of like how we got to Mega Squirt and Micro Squirt and stuff like that. So it was a super cool process.
That's really cool. I love those rare cars. Like I'm a weird Passat guy too. Like I like nobody's like, you know, Kim's making fun of me because I have an 06 Passat, but it's all-wheel drive. Like, tell me that isn't cool. Like it's a VR6 with all-wheel drive. Like, yeah, it's a little beat, but like that thing has 250K on it, and it's reliable, get in it.
And you already went through the motor.
We just swapped cars. I've been driving her 07 A4, and it's like that 2-liter turbo. You know how much time and money I've put into like keeping that engine alive? I just dropped the oil pump and deleted the balance shafts and everything. It's like that car needed a camshaft. It's like it's always needing something, and I'm like, this is a base A4. And then you get this Passat, which was German built, 06. That car was actually a special car because I bought it off the guy that worked at, he worked for the marketing department or the marketing company when Volkswagen used to have good marketing, like early 2000s with the unpimped the auto stuff.
I love that guy.
The birds and
and he was like, yeah, it was so fun to work there. Like he had like the Fender guitar, which you could plug into your car and everything like back in the day. I'm sure Mike probably remembers some of that stuff, but he gave me one of the brand new inbox Fast. But it had been sitting in his driveway for like a year when I bought it, and I paid like $700 for it. And I was like, I've always wanted one of these cars. And he's like, you're kind of like, why are you so obsessed with this car? I'm like, well, it had the sports seats, you know, it had like the Climatronic, it had like the all-wheel drive, and it's like, those cars are just like, nobody else thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
But if you know, like, it's like, you know,
it's also
I'm sure
the best color too.
Yeah, the blue
graphite.
Oh my God. Blue graphite pearl. And you know what's funny? I have a B5 Passat that was Windsor blue metallic. So, I mean, I don't love a white car, but the CC's white. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I love Passats. I think Passats are those weird. I really think they failed on the Passat GT though. That was like the newer B7 after.
Yeah, it could have been something cool.
Well, it had a DSG, which was cool. It had the red striping everywhere, but the seat sucked.
Yeah,
and it was front-wheel drive.
Yeah, we had talked about this.
Yeah.
All it was a 2012 SEL V6
With a 3.6,
Passat that
yeah.
they threw red lipstick on.
Yep.
And
I did the big brakes on it for a guy.
what bigger brakes did you do? Because it
The
already had
B6.
Really?
So the brakes.
Wait, the Passat. I thought the Passat GT had the
so-
345
dude, it was
millimeter rotors.
How about like just making it cool? Like Volkswagen was just like, you know, only 3 people are gonna buy these cars, and we're only gonna make 100 of them or whatever. And then they're like, yeah, we're gonna make it suck too. Like I just like to beat the shit out of every engineer. Maybe it's not the engineers. Maybe the engineers are like, hey, we're gonna build cool cars. And then it's like gets to like through the, you know, you get to the front office and they're like, no, this doesn't make sense on paper.
Yeah.
But like, why not make it all-wheel drive?
Dollars and cents.
Why not make it a 6-speed? Like, who's buying a Passat GT anyways, right? Like,
do you want to know who bought them? A bunch of 70-year-old old men is who bought them.
And Mike sold half of them.
They do sound good with a res.
And Timmy Four
I
names.
did.
And Timmy Four names.
Oh, he did have one, didn't he?
He did. I forgot he had one.
Dude, like, honestly, the proper swap on that would be the 4Motion from an 06 Passat. And then you do the bigger brakes from the 06 Passat, because the 06 Passat had like the big brakes. Like I did a full swap on a Passat GT for this guy, and we like powder coated him. And I don't know if it made a huge difference. The CC, my 14, it has single piston, but it doesn't have like the A4 or the B6 brakes. It has like the Golf R brakes.
Mm-hmm.
So they must have realized that brake setup was large and maybe not as efficient, because they went to just a different style. But the Passat GT had weak brakes. It was like not good. Like this guy was like, I thought this was supposed to be like performance model. I'm like, no, they just like badged it that way. And the seats were so flat and plain. Like,
because I almost bought one in 2018 before I got my all track.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 I was between.
Yeah, you could make, if you bought one, I feel like you almost have to like grab parts from the earlier cars to make it cool.
I could still never get over the B7s though, because you sat in the driver's seat and the steering wheel was off center.
I don't know if I've noticed that.
It'll piss you. You can never get in a B7 Passat ever again.
Really?
Because you sit in the driver's seat and the steering wheel is off center to you.
I wonder if I've spent more time on the alignment rack trying to get the wheel straight.
No, next time you get in one, it's off to the right.
Yeah. Oh, you know, it's funny. They do that in some cars and it bugs the shit out of me, because I will sit there on the rack and be like, I'll be like, is that straight?
I mean, you can see, because on the left side of the steering wheel where the light switch is, there's an obscene amount of dash to the left of the steering wheel, and it just doesn't look right. And then when you actually notice it and look at it, the steering wheel.
Do you have a steering wheel level or anything?
Well, it's weird. It's perception, because...
I mean, it is, but like I use it to get it.
No, I haven't used one. I mean, I don't have like comebacks for alignments usually. Like,
but like, depending on the car.
But I do feel like there are cars, and maybe I'm thinking now, I'm like, maybe it was the Passats that I'm always like, because you always look at the clamshell, we call it, like the top of the steering column trim. And then you look through you're looking at the instrument cluster, you're looking at the dash, and you're like, okay, if I was the customer sitting in their positioning, does this wheel look straight? You know, and it's almost a little perception based, you know?
Oh yeah.
So interesting. I'll have to drive myself crazy next
time. It'll ruin it for you. It will.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So back to the shop.
Yeah, I was going to ask you some questions. I had just some stuff written down. So I know you said you do a lot of customer stuff. So, would you say you said you do more customer stuff at the shop than your own stuff, which I feel like everybody's kind of
that's how trying to find time for your own stuff is impossible.
And you it's just you and your brother. You don't have any employees or anything like that. Would you consider opening it as like a full-time shop at some point, or are you pretty happy with your 9 to 5?
So there is tough. There's about enough room for us. A lot of time it's not like enough room. Like I said, we don't have. If we had like secure storage outside, I could like park a car out there, because like right now we have an old Jeep Scrambler that's been there all winter, Chevy LS, all kinds of.
Nice.
It's gonna be like $100,000 in that thing.
You building it?
He built a lot of it. We're doing all like the custom wiring, so it's gonna have air conditioning, heated seats.
Hell yeah.
Like.
Are you doing
got tap shift. It's got like.
What are you doing for air conditioning? Just standard, driven off the motor? Or?
Yeah, driven off the motor, vintage air. But like, that's
cool.
We do like a lot of the wiring. So, but like after that, I have Kay has a purple R32.
Yep,
that's coming.
Oh, I know the car.
We're doing all the standalone wiring. We have to do like a Haldex controller, all that stuff. Nice. But that's a built motor, cams. It's gonna custom supercharger setup. So like that'll come in, and we do like a lot of the final touches, right? Like the wiring, helping people figure out like what color you want to powder coat things.
So you do the last 10%, which is the hardest.
So that's the thing, is that's where we specialize, because we both have a ridiculous attention to detail.
Yeah.
And like we won't do shit that's not right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like that. Like I tell people I'm not doing that, and they just get pissy and they'll just stop talking.
When I need help, like when I redid the trunk setup in the Golf R the last time, I had them come over, and Sean brought like all his clips and this and that, and we did all the wiring and everything was like where it's supposed to be, instead of just being like slammed in there. When we did my Zender grill, I bought the Aero rad support, the grill, all the hardware, and sat there for hours just like cutting, trimming, getting it to how it should be.
And it's funny because the first time I physically met Al, we were in a group chat because like we have a bunch of mutual friends. First time I meet Al, we're in my mom's driveway. He had blown the back of the muffler off the 337, just like in pieces.
The flex pipe took a shit.
Yep.
And we just fucking backyard welded it in my friggin' mom's driveway.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, hey, I ain't charging you for this because I don't know how long it's going to last. There was like a thin...
it worked.
And you realized right then, you were like, this is a friend because he's not trying to fuck me.
Well,
he's being... Transparency, I think,
it's
is
like
really
that.
important.
It's that like thin...
this was
stainless steel
14
muffler
years ago.
Yeah.
I had the 337.
The hack needs to find someone that isn't a hack.
Then he got...
Honestly, me and Al work really well together because I'm wicked OCD and he's kind of like he's so fast.
Yeah, when we were
like me and him we could do a lot. And I feel like I'm sure you working with your brother as well, like you guys both have HVAC and you guys, I'm sure you have your ebbs and flows. But me and Al actually work really well together.
Yeah, I can take it apart and put it back together. Flat rate, fast, you know what I mean? And then
I slow down and think sometimes.
Yeah, Dan's detailed.
When we were putting the Golf R motor back in your Golf R, that was the epitome of it.
Yeah.
Because
I'm like, let me look at everything.
You're so anal, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, Dan, you can tell the way it's routed. It clearly clips in here and then plugs in. And Dan's like, I don't know if that's right. And I'm like, Dan, it fits perfectly. Hey, and then Al's sitting there making noises, plugging in the plugs. Al's got half the motor plugged in.
Yeah,
while Dan and I are arguing over one plug.
I drove it with no boost for and I had to break it in for like 800 because it was I built the motor, like FFE rods. I did like JE pistons and like hand filed all the rings, built the head myself, measured every tolerance. I remember Kim was like, are we ever going to have my kitchen table back? And I was like, no, this is the engine building stand.
This is my table now.
And this car I bought for her, essentially. And it was a blown motor. It was a built blown motor. And I remember I was talking to her, but I was like, well, if you help me build the motor, it's your car. If you don't, then it's my car. And then she just, every time it went, like when I was like, I'm going to go in the garage, she's like, I think I'm going to hang out with the dogs. And I was like, okay, all right, this is becoming more and more my car. But yeah, I thought it was funny. She just, she was like, but that whole, in my defense, I worked side work plus a full week of work.
Oh, that shit was like 10 o'clock at night.
I think I got 2 hours of sleep. I shit you not, like maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep the night before. I came home from work and these guys were like, we're going to get the Golf R motor in and we're going to do springs on Mike's GLI. And Kim was like, you're fucking insane.
I mean,
I forgot that.
And I was so tired and I was like, guys, you're really going to need to pull me through this. And I think I got you guys liquor. I was
gonna say, all things considered, we burned through a couple of 6-packs.
Yeah, I had like
the motor,
10 beers.
Kim ordered pizza.
Yeah, the motor was basically reassembled.
We did it, yeah.
Plugged in back in the Golf R and what?
I drove it with no boost though because one of the clamps for the intercooler wasn't tight. It looked tight, but it wasn't. And I was like, yeah, that was it. And I like had to I did like the whole adjustment on the wastegate because it's an electronic wastegate and everything, and had the scan tool going and I was like adjusting it and I'm like, yeah, I'm hoping this fixes it. And then I swapped the diverter valve and I'm like, it's literally a boost leak, but you couldn't hear it. And now that car is it's 500. It's got to be 500 wheel horse. The thing is,
I'd love to see what the numbers actually.
You should drive it. You haven't even driven it.
No, I haven't.
I drove it all the way to North Carolina and back. I got under it the other day. I was like, oh my God, it's so clean. Everything. That car, it's an interesting story. We'll go into that at some point later.
I'm sure we'll do a deep dive.
Yeah.
Everything eventually.
Yeah, I've become the guy that when Al's scared to do stuff, it doesn't scare me.
Nope.
Yeah. Like when he bought those work wheels for his Golf R to run wobble bolts, we had to make it a little bit bigger.
Now I have machine.
No, we did it at my mom's.
Yep.
Yeah,
what
is it? It's like a 14 millimeter countersink.
It was like a 15 mil or something.
Yeah.
We did it. We send it through.
Yeah, I did it to my Impulse on.
Those were 5x114.
Yeah.
Would you use wobble bolts?
Yeah.
It was a.
Do you guys feel that's sketchy if you're like so the Golf R? I keep finding 5x114 wheels that are so nice, and I'm like, oh my God, those would look so good. I don't want it to be like crazy showy or anything. I just want a really nice set of BBSs because I'm just a BBS
obviously.
guy. I fucking love BBSs.
I have 2 pairs in the basement. I get it.
Dude, I have
3.
too many. I have so many.
I got a set of RMs off Virgil like 3 years ago.
Yeah, the factory used them forever, and I feel like German cars with BBS is just looks amazing.
I'm an HRE guy.
You're an HRE? Okay, so I put a set of HREs on this guy's. Oh no, those were DPEs. I'm sorry. HREs are sick though.
I have those 505s for my Mark II that are they were built in 91.
Those are those like billet wheels? Like HRE uses a lot of billet.
So I have HREs for the Beamer too.
Those are like 10 grand set, right?
They're so for the BMW, those are 19s.
Yep.
They start at 2,800 a wheel. This kid had a set of 4. He sold me for $2 grand.
Dude,
he had no idea what he had.
Got to be on there.
I sent the numbers to HRE. They're like, "Yep, those are legit."
That's sick, dude.
Thank you. I'm on my way.
What do you? So you have the Mark II.
Yep.
Which is apart right now.
Mark II's apart. I have a
for the wiring.
For the wiring. And I'm at that road where do I pull the motor out and fix like the
respray or something?
You know, because there's holes from like what Virgil used to have in it.
Yep.
So like there's like cracks and whatever that bay was done probably 14 years ago. So it held up. Like it's held up for sure.
I mean, how long have you had that car? 8
years.
Yeah.
Virgil was there. I think it was one of the first Wolfscarts. It was probably like 2 or 3 years in, maybe. And I remember because I was like, the Milford kids were pretty legendary, obviously. And that car was pretty sick. Like they all just built cool shit.
And it's still super clean. Like there's no rust, there's no rot. Like it lives inside.
Why did he take it apart and sell it? Do you know?
I think it was like a money thing. That's right when he was leaving DTM.
Okay.
So I think it was like you got to get it out of here.
Did you know DTM when like Jake Perlow and Ian Brandon owned it, or did you know those guys?
No, I didn't do too much with the DTM guys. Like a lot of the stuff, like I met like James and Jared because like Ryan, our buddy, used to live up in Merrimack, so they used to rip up and down his road.
Oh yeah. So you knew the red GLI that was
so we met like a ton of those guys.
Low. and then he built a drag car out of it, I think. Wasn't he oh no, he bought a different
he
Mark
bought
IV.
he bought that platinum gray.
Yeah.
We'll have to have Jared on at some point to go into the...
Definitely.
Yeah, that car was wild because it was like Mina had it for a while, then someone else had it, and then someone else had it, and I'm like, dude, the thing was totaled like 5 owners ago.
Who was that? Do you guys remember Richard Leak? He had like a slammed Mark IV that was like super clean, but it was probably like the lowest Mark IV in the country.
Didn't it have like the TSW Holstons on it?
It did,
for a while? Yeah.
I think he was friends with like who's the other guy that was like
he was always at the parties at UNH with, because I think he roomed with Kyle, Krish, and AJ.
Probably. Yeah. I think he was
I can't remember if he
roomed
with him, but yeah, he was like one of the guys that was always with us when we were up at UNH and everything like that.
There was another guy that had a Mark IV Jetta Wagon VR6. He's friends with
I just had the name.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Black one?
Yes.
Aaron
Woods.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. I think him and AJ.
It was him, Aaron, AJ
Garon
and
are doing something. Like they're doing like a podcast, or they're doing something as well. So we should definitely have them on.
Yeah, AJ and Aaron, yeah.
They're doing some media thing with car stuff. And I know AJ's been developing his garage quite a bit.
Yeah,
he has a 944, so
and AJ has his YouTube page as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Oh, it's like Car
Dad?
Dad? Car Dad or something like that? Yeah. His garage, he just fully insulated it. It looks sick, yeah. Anyways, sorry. Diverting here.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yeah.
Get off topic.
It's funny because like, and even that, like, then I've become Al's what's called the scapegoat. Like when Al needs to buy things.
That doesn't happen as much anymore.
Yeah, it used to just be like,
does he have you pick up cars like Shane?
I would.
I mean,
well,
or
she
and,
knew
and
about
then
that.
store them at your house.
We got a whole body kit.
No, but I talked about it before.
Oh, what body kit?
The Autotech body kit.
Oh fuck yeah!
I found it before I bought the Mark II.
Yep.
And it was in Arizona or something, and I had cash. And I didn't feel like putting in the bank and explaining why I was buying a body kit for a car I don't have. So I was like, hey, Tim, if I give you some cash, I go, can you Venmo this guy or PayPal, whatever it was, and get it shipped to your house?
No problem. I love being the guy that helps with bad decisions.
The enabler.
Yeah, so, dude, I love that.
Instead of Dan's marketplace finds, we should just have Al's sketchy dealings.
Yeah, I'll try to find a file.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. I mean, you have to be the bad influence, you know? It sounds like your dad was the bad influence on the Z28.
Yeah, I mean, so
your mom was like, absolutely not. He's like, we're going to buy that car.
My whole life, my dad had a 78 Trans Am. So like, that's like, I always thought it was like the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And like now I have 2 Trans Ams.
I was going to say, how did you want to talk about how you ended up with 2 of them?
Yeah. So I actually went to buy, now that I was making like adult money, and like, I was like, I'm going to buy another Camaro.
Adult money's tough when you live at home.
You're like, you wrote it down. You're like, I'm going to buy another Camaro.
I want to buy
good
a
decision
Camaro,
or bad decision. Don't ask your mom.
Just like I had my first car. I'm like,
yeah.
Now I can, put a fucking LS in it. Like I can do cool shit now.
You can customize it. Yeah.
And I was looking and like rotten ones were like 10 grand. I'm like, yeah, right. Because now all the people of my age also have stupid adult money. So they can also buy them.
That's why like Mark IIIs are like $8,000 right now.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I found one. I found one out in Washington.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's great. It's in Washington now.
Let's stick with the Camaros.
So I ended up getting a 99 Trans Am. Motor's already built. Like, this is probably the first car I've ever bought that I'm not the guy that sunk all the money in it.
Yeah.
This guy like lost the money.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was like, this is awesome.
Recouping.
Finally.
Yeah.
And so I bought that one. And like, I honestly had forgot. And it was like 3 weeks later, I get a call. It's like 1:00 in the morning. Like, Arizona, what the hell? Who the fuck's calling me? Dude, I forgot I entered a contest. I won another one. So I have an 01 WS6.
Hell yeah.
6-speed that's got the 6-speed's built. It's got a 408 stroker on it. It makes 505 horse on 10.5 to 1 compression. So I can still add boost or nitrous to
or
it.
a Pro Charger.
Yeah. So that's a car that it came on slicks. Like, it's got skinnies in the front and had Hoosiers in the rear.
Wow.
So like that guy was out. He was a
how did you win that? Like, would you
dude, it was
you
just
pay
like
to enter,
it was a raffle, like one of the
like
car raffles. And the guy did it super cool. I've never seen it done like this, but he sold 200 tickets 1 to 100.
Yep.
you paid $100. But the way it worked, in 100 to 200 was $100. So you FaceTimed him, and he picked your ticket. So I had got 28. I was like, damn, dude, that's only $28. I was like, I was going to spend $100. I'm like, pull another one. I got 38. I was like, all right, I'm not going to push my luck. So I pay him. Forgot all about it. It was like months.
So you actually won the car.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he also, they showed every single ticket on the camera as they put it in the bucket.
Yep.
And basically, then they draw them. The last one in the bucket wins. So they pulled 199 other tickets, and they showed ticket number with the name on the camera.
Can you get in trouble for doing that stuff? I've always wondered, because there should be
there's
legality issues
with taxes and shit too.
So did you have any issues with that or no?
No, because I live in Massachusetts. I shipped a car here. It was like $1,500. I feel like
that would be worse actually. Yeah, but Massachusetts has control of everything.
So I just made my own bill of sale.
Yep.
So I was like, I bought this car
from the guy. Boom.
$400, whatever.
Yeah,
they still go by book. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So made a bill of sale, and I still have an insurance agent.
Yeah.
And they're also like, I don't have to go to the RMV. They have their own shit there. Yeah. No, they don't. They keep plates on.
Oh, they do the plates in house. That's cool.
So I literally drop off a blank check to the woman, and then when they're closed, I just pick up my plates and registrations out of the mailbox.
Wow.
And it's super convenient.
How awesome was that to drive that for the first time?
Oh, it was actually terrifying because it had double 5% tint on the side windows and the back,
Arizona,
and then 5% on the windshield. Yeah. It was like July and sunny. I couldn't see out the windshield. Like soon as I got home, I just ripped the tint off the windshield.
Yeah.
No, the car's wild. I mean, it's mostly tuned.
What year did you say it was?
That one's an 01.
01, okay.
That one's a 01 with a 6-speed. And it's like the 6 speeds built. It's got a Ford 9-inch rear end. Yep. It's got every suspension component you can buy out of Chromoly. The dude he was a big highway pole guy.
So that could be a great car.
That was a 6160 car.
Well, probably. So is your other one is an auto?
My other one's an auto.
Okay, so that's the one you're setting up for drag.
Well, I mean, they're both
drag
set
and
up
drive.
for drag.
Yeah.
I want to put a Whipple on the one that I won.
Yeah.
But
is that like your Sunday cruiser type?
No, dude, they're obnoxious to drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a big cam. Like, I have dual 3-inch exhaust off the long tubes. And it's even with mufflers, it's still loud. It's a lot of car.
That's sick, man.
I mean, I have a video of getting on Route 2, and it looks like it was taken with a potato, but it was the guy I worked with. And that thing with slicks hammers 3 gears.
Yeah.
Just straight slicks, getting on Route 2 and in Mexico. But what happens is it starts lifting the front.
Mexico, Massachusetts.
Because it's all set up for drag racing. So the front rises real high.
Yep.
And you can actually feel the wheels getting light. It's like, oh, let's let down a little bit.
That's sick. I actually used to so I don't know, these guys probably didn't tell you, or I don't know if you listened to the podcast, but or if we even talked about it, but so I used to get Motor Trend driver, I got all of the car and driver but I was a big muscle car guy because my dad was. So my sister's first car was a Camaro. It was a V6 auto, but I still love that car. That car was sweet. It was like a 97, I think.
Some of the V6s got wild because at some point the V6s were 300 horsepower.
It was.
Yeah, it was
later. It was later.
That's wild. Yeah. My 84 Camaro came with 200 and it was a V8.
Yeah. I used to get Chevy High Performance magazine though. And I used to get all the CarCraft and I
got a Hot Rod for 12
Hot
years.
Rod. Yep. I still have them in my basement. I love flipping through that stuff because it's anybody asks me, they're like, oh, you're a Volkswagen Audi guy, you're a German car guy. But I've always loved the muscle cars. I've always thought that was the coolest thing. And I thought Camaros, especially in the early 2000s, I was like, this car with the right mods is an absolute animal on wheels. Just
a WS6 is a complete
those cars are insane. You could probably rip into a parking lot on on pretty grippy tires and rip that thing sideways like so easily.
Like even my blue one's still aluminum blocked. I mean, it's got work done to it, but it's bored like 30 over, just typical like motor rebuilt shit. The heads are CNC ported and flow tested, but like that car with just a cam set up for nitrous when I got it was making 405 wheel horse.
That's awesome.
And that's basically a cam and exhaust.
What do they have for tire? Like, what do you have for tires on there?
Stock is like a 265 or 275 or something like that. I have like street slicks, so I run like they're just like weird sized tires.
Yeah.
But like I think it's still even like a 275, but I run 15s in the rear.
Yep.
So I have like 275 60s or something weird in the back.
You should bring it down for the Elm Street show.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish the blue one, and I got to put the gold one back together because that's the one that had mice.
So all of your cars are apart.
The gold one drives. The gold one's sitting at my brother's house. The blue one,
yeah, but no interior.
Yeah, well, the driver's and passenger's seat, the carpet's in there. It's like I can put that car back together probably in an afternoon.
Yeah.
I gotta have the hood painted. The guy before me, it's still just fiberglass black faded junk.
Yeah.
So that's getting painted. Actually, both cars are gonna have matching hoods. They're gonna both be satin black with the ghosted bird on the hood. It'll be all ghosted in there.
You should have seen the one down on Elm. I know I've sent you guys a picture, but it was like a mural of like a devil, and then there was like a woman gripping. We're gonna post it.
Yeah, you'll have to.
But you should come to the Elm Street show because it's insane. Like he never comes.
I
go
down
from Manchester and he's like, oh, I don't go down.
Because he lives far.
Yeah, he's so far away. I'm like, dude, it's such a good show.
If I go down
Manchester,
if I go
Street
down
last year,
I do one down and back. I get lunch and then we blow out.
Yeah. I will tell you this: they shut down Manchester Street. I emailed them in advance and I was like, I think we're gonna have like 20 Volkswagens, and they were like, cool, like we'll set you up. And I was like, yeah, it's not really an official club. It's just a bunch of people that I know that are gonna be cruising. So we meet at the Puritan at like 5:30 in the morning, and then we drive down there, and you have to register at the Brady Sullivan building, which is where Kim works. But they fill the whole parking lot with cars, and then you just cruise down there, and it's just insane. Like I think it's more cars in one location in New Hampshire than any other show.
I'm sure there's so many
insane.
cars down there.
And you know what, like if you like cars just in general, like it's not, we did bring like 25 Volkswagens, and the old Volvo dealership on Manchester Street was really cool because it's adjacent to the park. So we had such a good location, and dude, it was so funny. It was like so many Mark I's and like a lot of Mark I Cabrios, and it was just funny. It was just like, it was a really good experience. But if you really like muscle cars, if you like older, anything classics,
I always get an itch when I go down there.
Dude, the Bel Airs, like I'm just obsessed with Bel Airs recently. I just fucking love Bel Airs. I think the chrome trim work and everything, it's just so pretty. And those cars were built when people in the US were like, this is made in America. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference now. Like I feel like with every manufacturer, but when you remember we used to say made in the USA meant something.
Yeah.
In the Bel Air is a perfect example of that. Those cars had so much, like it just, everything about them was so pretty and decorative. Like everything the whole design. It was just like, it was like a class act. You know what I mean? And there was a few down there at that show, and I was like, oh my God, these cars are so sick. But,
Yeah, and anyways. It's like, the thing is too, is like I tell people, like I'm not like, people like, oh, I'm a Euro guy, I'm a this guy. Like I just love cars.
Me too.
Like there's like Honda Civic hatchbacks that I want, like an 01.
Speaking of raffles,
like an 01, and I want to put like a just like in the early 2000s, like a nice B18 in it.
Yeah,
the K motors are ugly as hell.
Are they?
Just put a B18 in it. Just looks so period correct when you do something like that.
Those, what is it? Is it a K?
I mean,
K24 turbo.
Yeah, the K motors make crazy power, but like the B motors slept on too, because you build a B motor, and I mean, it's a period correct thing. It's like watching, the the stuff back in the day, getting the VHS tapes of
mischief
and stuff like that, and it's just like you see the B18C1. That was the Japanese spec motor that everyone was just building and making 800-900 horse in the early 2000s.
The K is like the modern
it's just
rendition of it all.
It's just ugly.
I've been trying to win a Civic from the dude in Connecticut, Sonic 203 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Every time there's a 90s Civic or an NSX, I throw like $10 at it.
Yeah,
hey, if I win one,
it's like I know what I want. I just like I'm not into the Honda lingo, so it's like I know it's like a 2000s hatchback. I don't know if it's an EK or whatever.
The one with the weird,
the bubbly ones. Yeah. Like when
98 to
when they first
01
came out, like
ish.
the 01s, like the SIs were
no,
super
he's
popular.
talking like the 02, 03s. I forget what those are called.
Yeah,
with the shifter like up by the
no,
radio.
I hate those ones.
So you want the one before it.
The EK.
EK?
The one before
right?
it. The one before it, I think, is an EK.
Yeah, because it's EG, EK.
But like those were like such cool looking cars. You can get like C West had such a mild body kit, but it looks so good on those cars.
Is it Isaac that's
yes.
building a crazy one? I think he has like a drag car that he's been building.
Midori Green would be the cream to get.
Yeah.
But like I remember a kid we used to hang out with, he imported one of those Civic Type R's back in the day. And I mean, he paid like $40,000 to get that car in America.
Like a blue one?
It was a white one, champion white.
The blue
Civic
was
Type
sick.
R.
Just like
that era of blue, like everyone had a blue SI when those dropped.
Yeah.
My best friend, he had one. 99 SI.
And they were just such neat little cars.
Yep.
They because like some of those are like EM1s and
Speaking of that, I got a random like Facebook article the other day, and it was an old car and driver review, and it was a 99 SI pitted against a 99 180 Beetle.
Yeah. How'd it do? What was the breakdown?
Obviously the Civic won,
yeah,
but the Beetle was faster.
Yeah.
But it was like
that's a crazy
no one
comparison.
was cross shopping
do you guys,
Civic SI with a Beetle.
Do you guys ever see what was it Car Week? There was like I don't know, there was it used to be I think it was Car Week.
Was it Motor Week?
Motor Week.
Weird one?
Yeah,
and
like
they
Sunday
would put
morning.
them on a slalom like every time. So it would be like a Mark IV Jetta wagon, and they're like, "Yeah, through the slalom," and you just see the body roll, and it's like
it was all just like that one narrator.
It was the one guy, and he was. So my sister has a Mark IV Jetta wagon, and she has two actually. She has one up here, which is a crusty piece of shit Jetta, but it's still mechanically perfect. And then her the black one, and then she has a white one that she bought in Florida. And I flew down there a couple years ago, and I did like all of the maintenance work, and basically her car is way nicer down there. But she sent me the video because she was like, "These are the best cars in the world," and I was like, "You're insane." Because like it's a Mark IV Jetta wagon, and she was like, "No, like these." So she has a manual down there and an auto up here, but yeah, I don't know. It's just funny. She was just like, "You guys having some technical difficulties?"
He is.
No,
he can't figure out how to flip it back.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, Mike's looking a little. He's looking a little.
Technical difficulties.
He can still speak though.
He's like a DJ now.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, we're at an hour and 43 minutes. So yeah, I had some questions for him too. I don't know if you.
Yeah. Like, there any drawbacks opening your own shop that like you might
all of them?
Yeah, I mean,
you're gonna be poor.
Yeah, especially starting out.
Money, though.
So yeah, well, that's the hard part, right? It's like
part, right?
in short, like most people don't realize like what things cost. Like, you know, we just run hourly plus parts, like especially in New England. Like quoting stuff is
because there's no flat
hard.
Rate hours
like
you can
how
use.
Would I quote a 1990 wagon that 1,200 were made?
Yeah.
What kills me is I will spend an hour quoting something and then the customer won't do it.
Yeah, so you just
that
quote it for free.
That kills me. I'm like, man, like you know how much, and I'm like half what I would, I'm half what most shops would charge.
Yeah,
I'm maybe 75%. But you're getting somebody that's good, like somebody that cares, like
even what we do. I mean,
do you do markup on parts? You must a little bit.
We have to because we also have to pay tax.
Yeah,
right. Like so, every part I buy includes freaking 6.25% sales tax.
Yep.
it sucks. So it's like it's already hard to mark up because I say, oh yeah, we're gonna use this part. You go online, you're like, oh, that part costs this much. So I can only hit that number so hard. Be like, well, you got to include tax. And
but that's not because if you look at list pricing for shops, like that's how they make most of the money. Like if you came to a dealership and you were like, well, I can get a set of lug bolts for $50, but they're $225 to the shop. Like I'm sorry, but this is the shop convenience.
The markup
charge.
on hardware is unbelievable.
It's the hardware, but also like, I mean, there are things where I work with customers every time I can. And I think that's what's lacking at dealerships is like, if you have an old car and they're not going to do the work there should be some other line of like, okay, well, we can't warranty this for a year, but if you want us to get these aftermarket parts that are quality, let's do it. You know what I mean? And I think that's
right. Cause I think even like there's no reason to not have that avenue, whether you use the local auto part
Napa,
store, or you
whatever.
use like an FCP Euro, or, you just let them know like, hey, we can't fully stand behind this, but like we can do it.
Would you say you have a warranty on your like workmanship? Obviously, I know you.
We have. So legally, we have to offer like 1 year. Anyways, in Massachusetts, you have to. It's a 1 year like guarantee on your work. So like if a part fails, and that's where you have to start being weird because like, customers be like, oh, I already have this alternator. Okay, well, if it breaks, you have to warranty it. So you have to pay me to take it out again.
Weird.
You have to go warranty it, bring me it, and then I have to charge you to put it back in. Because now it takes up my time in my bay because I didn't buy the part. So if I buy the part and whenever it fails, I'll just eat it. I'll get the part from the auto parts store, and sometimes you can get the auto parts store to warranty stuff, but sometimes it's not even worth it.
Do you turn away like customer supplied parts a lot?
We tend, so we don't like customer supplied parts.
No,
but I do understand. Like with Austin's car, I'm like, hey, we need this, and we would already agree on the part, so he would just get it.
Okay.
If you find the part,
like if someone brings me a box of coilovers and they're like, hey, I bought these. Can you
that's
put them
different
in?
too. I'm sure you have customers that aren't like great friends. Like you do regular.
Yeah, and
people,
I mean,
right?
we've had like we've had a guy come in. It was like a turbo Civic, right? And the thing had all kinds of like Amazon AN lines that were leaking and stuff. And I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? Like, I can't.
What's your expectation?
You're
bro?
trying to get it ready to go to the tuner, and I'm like,
it's leaking oil.
I have to make a new oil return line.
Yeah.
Like, you paid $50 for a giant kit on Amazon. It's going to cost me $150 to make this drain line with 2 fittings and a piece of hose. Because fittings are $20, $30 a piece. Because whether you're buying Vibrant, whatever. And I don't like using cheap stuff because
it fails.
If it fails, and when it fails,
it always
I look
reflects
like
back
the,
on,
I look like the idiot.
Back on your work.
So I've had great luck with Vibrant, Earls, like all the name brand stuff, like
all the Summit Racing.
Swoops makes a lot of his own shit, but he pretty much only uses Vibrant.
Yeah,
he's told me, he's like, dude, it sucks when you have to redo shit.
I've met the Vibrant guys. They were down when we were doing Danny's car, and like they're the coolest people.
Yeah,
like. And what's nice is honestly,
that's what Ryan said too.
As crazy
Adams,
as it is,
he's like, just do Vibrant on everything. So
you can get the Vibrant stuff next day on Amazon if you're in a pinch.
Yeah.
There's a guy in Billerica. He stocks a shit ton of Vibrant at his fab shop. So like, you can usually find, if you're that hard up, you can usually get it pretty fast.
Yeah. It is a little costly, but it's worth it because
I mean, but once you work with it, like I just did a customer supplied AN20 for radiator hoses, and I couldn't get the damn fittings to seal on the hose.
Yep.
I have AN20 stuff for my car. Obviously, it's like Racetronics. It's nice stuff. I make it out of that hose. It's perfect. The Chinese hose from Amazon is twice as thick, so it won't fully seal the fitting.
Yep.
So I just build them. I said, hey, there you go.
And that's, like, I think people have to, like, I think the biggest thing, and I run into this too, is just creating expectations and transparency with people. Like, hey, like, this is what it's going to cost.
I send people pictures and shit like, hey, like, this is messed up. Like, do you want to fix this or no? Like, I'm not trying to drum up work. Like, most of the time, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just
there.
I'm
not trying to get any extra.
It's like, this isn't great. And like, we did it, like, I had to do one of the wheel bearings in the wagon. And it's like, it's so weird in those synchro cars because it's basically just like the front. Because it's like a pressed knuckle type.
Right.
And it's absolute nightmare. Everything was stuck. Everything was rusted. I had to get the bearings and I had to get new clips. But again, that car didn't matter. Like, it sat there. But I'm like, hey, while I have this out, do we want to just change this? And okay, let's change it. You know, all new flexible braided lines to all the hard lines. I had to make hard lines front to rear for that car. But yeah, in short, we don't like customer parts unless we've like seen them before we say yes or no. So like, if it's like, hey, I think I want this wire harness installed in my car, and you bring it down and we'll look it over. We'll make sure it's like what we need and say, okay, yep. And because even that, you buy stuff and people don't understand there's more stuff you need to buy.
Right.
Like, the adds up real fast is like plugins.
Well, that's what happened to my Skyline.
Yeah.
I dropped everything off for them to do all the fab work.
And then they probably still have to spend $300, $400, $500 on
They're like,
ends.
Your spark plugs are wrong. Cool. I didn't have a tie down for the Audi R8 coil packs, and the throttle body I thought was right. It wasn't. And the throttle body cable was too short. So they're like, we need this. This is how much it is. We'll send you an invoice. Just pay for it, and then we'll order the parts.
Yeah, that's cool. They got you to pre-order, like that you prepaid.
Yep. Yeah. They're just like, it's going to be $350.
I always pay for shit because I think people always tend to like pay me. I've never not gotten paid.
Yeah.
But I think when people come to me, they're always like, okay, well, Dan's going to do it right. And sometimes I hit people with some big bills and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, this is what it cost. Did you want somebody else to fuck it up? Like, but I think having that upfront conversation and that transparency is definitely worth it when you're I deal with a lot of friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and so far we have too, like it's like friends or friends of friends.
Yeah.
And like for us, it was like same thing. I was just fronting the parts, buying this, buying that, buying this. And at one point we had like 3 different projects going, and
he was just like, so much cash is going out.
Dude, I'm just like looking, I'm like, where's all the money in my bank account? And I look and I'm like 10 G's out of fucking pocket.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit, this needs to start reeling back in.
Yeah.
Need to finish one up or start getting payment.
Well, and then I'm just like, okay, from here on out, it's going to be like, you got to at least pay for your parts. Like, I'll chase labor, whatever, that is what it is. But it's like, yeah, parts add up fast and everything's cost a fortune now. I mean, what is it? It's like 6 or 7 liters of oil for my oil change in my BMW. Oil in a filter's $90 friggin'.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now that it's tuned,
people
wants $100 in spark plugs every 10,000 miles.
Oil change costs $150 now. It used to be like $60.
Yeah, right? We have a little Chevy van, not a Chevy van, a full like Ford Transit, like the little minivan ass thing. I just went and got a sticker and an oil change, and the bill was $189. I said, dude, this is a Ford Transit. $120 for 5 quarts of oil. I'm like, damn. I'm like, but I'm not gonna do it. Like, they pay me enough money, but like, I'm not laying on my back in the shop floor, freaking changing oil.
Is that Sean's work van?
No, that's my day jobs. We have like a little van that we run errands in. Yeah, and I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, we make enough money, like whatever. It was just like, because it goes on my company credit card, and I'm like, I just swipe that thing. But at the end of the month, I'm doing like my credit card report, and I'm like, $180. Did they bill me wrong? And I'm like opening the bill up. I'm like, $125 for an oil change.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
basically any of the questions I had, we touched on, shop related, car related. I'm basically tapped out. I had one last thing I wanted to try to do. I got like 10 questions, kind of a mix of this and that.
This is going to take 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going to try to wrap this up in like 10
What
minutes.
do we want to keep this under?
I kind of wanted to keep it like around the hour and a half mark, and
it's an hour and 15
minutes.
minutes.
We're 2 hours in almost.
You could break it up.
I also
you
thought
could
about
use the 10
episodes,
questions as like a separate post or something
I could.
like that.
Yeah.
Like I thought about breaking this in, splitting it in half, and we could release like Tuesday, Friday or something into 2 episodes. That way it's not 2 hours.
Yeah,
But,
it's hard. It's like, because I'm one of the people who was like, yeah, I have a hard time listening to a long podcast, but I'm also the same guy that will stand in a parking lot talking to some dude I don't even know.
That's all we're doing. Kim listened to it last week or the week before. I think the first one we did. She goes, yeah, it just sounds like you guys are just talking about what we always talk about.
It's our average Saturday night.
We're sitting in Northwoods Brewery or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen you in so long, so I could ask you a million questions right now. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Well, we might have to bring you back then.
Yeah,
for part
maybe we
2
should
to dive into some stuff.
I started being like one of you guys now.
Fuck yeah,
I didn't even see that.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that.
Nope.
That's
one.
sick, man.
Wow.
That's a really good one too.
That's awesome.
That was well done.
Dan Brown.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
We it's already mapped out. It's gonna be like a whole.
Was that Tom's guy?
No. I can't remember. Where's the place? Where is it?
Well, he's like, he travels a lot, but he's mostly out of Black Hydra in Fitchburg.
That's what it is.
But he has like a Diesel Rabbit pickup.
Yep.
He's been around.
Throdax was doing like a couple days there, like a year or 2 ago. She was bouncing around. Like,
okay. Yeah.
Doing
but
days here.
Who did he tattooed?
A bunch of the Volkswagen guys. John Stairs.
Yeah, he's done like Stairs. He's been on Topic.
Yeah.
He's on Topics all the time.
He's a regular. Yeah.
Him and his wife like host it.
Well, because he's like a Volkswagen guy.
Yeah, Caddy.
Cool.
Big Volkswagen guy.
Yeah,
he awesome. We love Volkswagen
when Stairs isn't there, he like fills in for him.
Yep.
This was actually Ben Jensen's idea. He'll be on next week, but he wanted me to ask this question every week that we did in the first week. What's your dream car, old and new?
I wouldn't buy a new car ever.
Yeah, but there's got to be something that nothing piques your interest.
No.
GT3,
new Corvette.
I mean, if I bought a new car, if I just had like screw you money, I'd honestly, my dream is like, if I hit the lottery, I'm buying a Lambo, I'm welding a bash bar on the front, and I'm driving it through people's trash cans.
Oh.
So they have to call they gotta call the police.
Make a YouTube page,
right? The police are gonna be like,
alone.
"Oh yeah, a Lamborghini just blew through your trash cans. Yeah, nice try." Like I think that'd be the funniest thing in the world.
That would be hilarious.
That would be cool.
Like old cars, I mean, my ultimate old car that one day I'll have is like a Resto Mod, like 77, 78 Trans Am.
That'd be
like
cool.
full modern chassis, like Corvette suspension. Like
what color?
So my dad's was white.
Yep.
I'm really partial to like I forget the name of it. It's like a blue metallic.
Yeah.
They had weird names like Mystique Blue or something, but
yeah.
Most of my cars are either blue or white. Like my truck's blue, my Volkswagen's white. The Mini's red just because it was basically a free car. But like the Trans Am's gold. That's just Grandpa Gold is what I won. So, but when I buy things, it's usually blue or white.
Yep.
It's what you look for. What's one car that you absolutely love, but no one else might like? Is there any like weirdo car?
G60.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
like,
the
is there a
thing,
weirdo
right?
car that like people absolutely
like? I do have a weird soft spot for Corrados, and I don't know why. My neighbor growing up had the what the hell was that bluish green color? It was like a color shift. It was an SLC. It was a VR6 car.
I know what you're talking about.
And I used to walk by it on the way to the bus stop every day, and I thought that was just like the coolest looking car.
I'm gonna have to look that up after. I can't picture.
There's some really cool Corrado colors.
I think it's technically a green color, but it's a pearl.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's green. And then back in the 90s, dude, like that's
crazy.
That was crazy to have paint that looked like that. But yeah, I'd have to say Corrados. A lot of people don't like them. I think they're kind of cool. I'm also like an anti like 4-door guy. Like when it comes to like hatchbacks, like
That's in here too.
he doesn't like that.
I absolutely
That's why
hate four-door
I don't have
GTIs.
Yeah, access.
Buying a new Golf R would just it would hurt me inside to have to buy one.
We could have him weld the doors.
We could make a
We could
two-door.
make it-
Like I would.
Oh, you know what? Ryan LeBlanc could do.
Yeah, he could do it.
Cars. I'll buy like a sedan. I'll buy a 4-door.
Oh,
Jetta with a 4-door. That's
Yeah.
fine.
all day.
When you start giving me hatchbacks, I don't know what it is. I can't do 4 doors in hatch.
I was talking about
it's
the
tough.
A3 earlier, and you're like, "Fuck you, dude."
The A3 is a little different. A3 is a little different.
Why?
It's-
It's a 4.
Hey, no,
Dude,
you're right.
It's so
It's more
practical,
wagon.
though.
It's more wagonish.
I'd rather
I'm
buy.
just saying,
I'd rather buy a
slightly
more
Slam
wagonish.
and an SUV than
Yeah.
buy a 4-door
Ugh,
hatchback.
I hate slammed SUVs, dude.
Car
sorry.
car trend you love and one you hate.
Well, I hate friggin' anyone with burble tunes.
All right.
I-
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey.
I will literally drive you off the road.
Yep. Dan was
Just
talking
shoot
about
them.
that yesterday.
Just shoot them. I'm sorry.
like,
you do not. You do not deserve to live. I'm sorry. I'm
It's-
sorry to everyone.
It's a
that I've
trend
offended.
that I love is like
Just die.
I weirdly have always liked the underglow shit. Like, dude, I had underglow on my Dakota in 2001. I had real deal street glow, like with a transformer underglow.
Yeah.
Wait,
but like for
a
the-
Dodge Dakota.
Yeah, Dodge Dakota RT, 2-wheel drive V8.
So my old paint guy, Pat Moray, he had the nicest Dodge Dakota, and it was like 2-tone gray. It was sick, dude. I'll have to say, I'll have to dig up pictures.
that
It was his pride and joy
that
as a
truck
body
won me
guy.
a lot of money in Nashua because a lot of the Nashua kids had back then was all the extremes.
Yep.
Yep.
And we used to always just sit right at Wendy's, and I would just make
Right out in front of Tully.
hundreds of dollars at a time
I
at those
forgot
lights.
about those.
Really? No
just
shit.
spanking these guys,
That's
spanking them.
crazy.
I always loved the Blazer Extremes.
Yeah. Oh, great vehicles.
This looks
Great
so good.
vehicles.
Back when they made cool shit.
What's your favorite motor? Any make, model, year, cylinder, you name it.
I mean, I'm a V8 guy. A lot of people hate LSs. Most people hate them because it's a simple motor. It's a push rod motor.
I mean, they're everywhere too.
Stock bottom end. You're making 1,000 horsepowers with the right tune.
They have cast pistons from the factory.
It all depends. Like there's all different.
I don't know that much
motors.
about them.
So like they have 4.8s, they have 5.3s, they have 6.0s, they have 6.2s. It all depends on what it came in. Like
Yep.
my brother's work van has one of the best ones they've ever made, because it doesn't have multi-displacement and like all the bullshit because it's in a work van, but it's a iron block, 6-liter, aluminum heads. You take that out, you throw a cam in that thing, and you're tuning 400 something wheel horse.
One of the YouTube channels that I watched,
So
he bought a Chevy Express
So
for his tow
crazy.
vehicle.
Is it
And
a
slept
rumor
with a
that,
massive
that
supercharger.
that people were pulling them out of U-Hauls?
No, dude, I've
That
people did
actually
that.
happened.
So some of the U-Haul like pickup trucks had 6 liters. I physically know a guy. He had a 4.8 liter in his truck. He rented a U-Haul for the weekend.
It actually happened. It
And
wasn't just like
You just
Facebook
you
rage
literally
bait.
you just unplug the harness, motors out,
Put the new one
put his 4.8 in there. It all runs the same sensors. Like the car's none the wiser, and they all look the same. Unless you're running numbers off the blocks, you're not gonna know what it is.
No, I mean people at U-Haul don't.
They're
don't
not-
care
they're not
anyway.
popping the hood.
They're not popping the
They
hood.
don't
No,
care.
they don't give a shit. The guy was so impressed when I checked in when I was dropping off the trailer in the truck. Because the U-Haul app,
Yeah,
you can
usually
take pictures.
just
They'll
leave
do
and
it for
screw.
you. Yeah, a lot of people will just do that, and I'm like, well,
I
I'm
don't,
weird.
'cause
I'm like, I want to take pictures of it, make sure that they're not going to charge me anything. So.
Yeah, you don't want to get bent
And he's
over.
like, "Oh, you already did check-in?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Thanks, man." I was like, "I thought that was required." Apparently not. Apparently people just fucking literally leave the key
Oh,
in
yeah.
it and just bounce.
Fucking
No, I
out.
rented a U-Haul pickup truck like 2 years ago. It had 400 miles on it. The tailgate, the bedside, and the taillight were smoked. So they gave me the keys, and I went like right back in, and I was like, before I even start this thing, just for the record,
This is smoked,
there's
yeah.
2 cigarette burns in the driver's
Yeah.
seat, and the rear end is smoked.
Dude, I will say Connecticut has some crazy highways where they're pretty narrow, when I was pulling the Touareg with the box truck,
CT15's top.
that was not a diesel. I was like, I think the Touareg tow is amazing.
Yeah.
That thing towed like shit. It might have been an LS. I don't know, but that thing's...
Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends on what they are. And then they're also going to be like high mileage, usually hammered trucks.
Yeah.
Like nobody's taking care. I've done donuts in U-Haul.
This was a new one, though. But it was just, I think it was just the box.
Yeah,
aerodynamically, and then you're tight against the, the guardrail. That's kind of sketch. And then the whole Touareg's like bouncing around. I mean, that thing must weigh 6,000 pounds with the trailer, right? I mean, the Touareg's got to be 5,000, right?
Oh, easily
45.
Average trailer is probably 1,000 to 2,000 pounds.
So you're talking 6,000-7,000 pounds with an empty box truck.
Yeah, the box trucks, they're probably the...
I did 80,
I
did 80, 85 the whole way home because Kim was in the CC and I was like, I'm just going to run it. And she was like, the whole fucking Touareg was just swaying back and forth the whole time. I'm like, hey, probably should have taken the other Touareg, but whatever.
Yeah. We'll just do, skip that one. I was going to do 2-door, 4-door GTI, but I know what your answer is. Boxy 80s German or 90s Japanese tuner?
What about boxy 90s German? Because I'm looking at 7 Series right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Big body 7 Series.
E38 or a gen before?
I think it's a 38.
So
it's like a
38 was like 95 to 2001.
Yeah. I think that would
the one Tupac got killed in.
Yeah. That would be one of the big boys.
Yeah, 740.
Because they had like 740s, and that's when they had the 8 Series. Yeah, it was the 7 Series of that era.
Like a later 740s, 740 M Sport.
740, 745. Yeah.
Those are nice.
It's always going to be the boxy stuff. Even why I have an F chassis.
Yeah, that's that should wrap it up. We're good with that. So all right. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
And I don't know. Yeah. Well,
final thoughts. Yeah. I wanted to just revisit. I wasn't here last week because we had to put Luke down. So anybody that sent me messages or sent Kim messages and sent their condolences, I really appreciate it. I just wanted to give a shout out to Tufts and Foster's Animal Hospital in North Grafton, Massachusetts, because they literally were they gave Luke so much life that it was crazy. Like, he was literally doomed from the start. I felt like you guys knew that he had a heart condition his whole life. So I felt like it's important to talk about that. And I know some people aren't like dog people, but when you have a dog like that means so much to you, sorry, but he was a really good dog, and they were really good to us, and they gave him a lot of life, and he gave us a lot of life too. So yeah, R.I.P. Luke. Yeah,
he was a good dog.
He was a good dog. Yeah, he was a great dog. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Sorry.
I know.
Sorry,
you said
guys. I wasn't going to cry, but
it's all right.
He was
we wanted Dan to address it because obviously, Al and I kept it pretty vague last week because, we know not a lot of people had known yet. So we wanted to make sure we addressed it. Was a member of the family.
It was very, like I said, he was pretty much, we didn't think he was going to live. I mean, he almost made it to 6 years old, and if you knew me before, you knew Brody. And I will say something about Staffordshire Bull Terriers. They're like little people. They love the attention, and they're just really amazing. And if you're a dog person, you probably know. But we've been talking about potentially doing a car show with all the proceeds. We're not going to take any profits or anything like that. We don't care about that. We're here for the community, and I think all of you guys are probably animal people. I know you guys.
I mean,
Hal has both of his dogs tattooed on his hand.
I got my dogs on my hand, and I got my cats on my feet like a month ago.
Right. So
our old grumpy girl is still alive.
She's
still kicking.
Yep, she's great. Yeah, I know Shauna was big. She volunteered at shelters and all of that, and Kim too. And it's a tough loss anytime.
I've been trying to talk Lara into getting to a third cat.
You just need cats are pretty. I feel like cats are pretty low maintenance. Like
Obi was hanging out with us in here for like a half an hour. At some point, you probably heard the door open.
Yeah,
but
dogs are just a lot, and Luke was so much work, and we did everything we could for him. But like he went through multiple surgeries, and it was really an experience. And I look back at pictures, and I'm like, man, I don't remember not having him.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, Brody was there forever. Like,
yeah.
And when I lost him, I was like, fuck, like, this is terrible. And obviously you've seen my calf tattoo. Thanks to Benny, I've got Brody on there. So Luke's definitely going to he's going on there soon. You know? I'm going to have, I
say you're going to have to use your thigh.
It's weird with June at home. She's just so like chill and like low maintenance. I don't have to give her like 25 pills in the morning 3 times a day.
Yeah.
You know,
the
like
comparison. Yeah.
But like anybody who I work with, I shout out to you guys. Like, you guys really helped and stepped up. Paul Ramos was always like, hey, did the dogs go out? Like,
Oh yeah.
So.
No, like I mean, Hennessy, I had to give her insulin. She was diabetic.
Yeah.
Probably gave her insulin for 5 years. And then she went blind, and Remy, she was sick. She had, I don't know, I forget what it was, but we had to give her prednisone for almost 10 years. It was literally the only thing keeping her alive.
Yeah.
You could tell if you like missed a day.
Yeah.
And she just got all loopy, and then you give her some prednisone, she was good to go.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
It is tough. And like I said, I mean, I'm pretty okay with it at this point. I mean, sometimes things, I look at things and I'm like, oh, it's just so emotional. But overall, I think just the life that he was granted, because a lot of people cared about him, it was meaningful, because he was such a good dog back to us. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but I mean, if he was with any other family outside of you and Kim, he may have not been here for the last 3-4 years.
Definitely not. Like, we tried everything we could, and even the team at Foster's, like, if you guys ever have any medical issues, God, I hope that never happens to anybody, but with a pet, I mean, they're tied to Tufts Medical School. So, I mean, they were just amazing. They were just great people, and they loved Luke, and it was a tough loss, but we still got June. On the plus side, it's weird, but we're gonna try to keep our focus on her for a while, and
maybe we can iron out the details sometime this year and maybe start something next year.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I think that would be, I've started looking at locations.
I have a few in mind that you can check out.
Yep. And I talked to Kim about potentially working with like some local shelters to see if people,
you could do like a cars and dogs
type of shelter.
Like
so I don't know if any of you guys went to the one we did in Hudson.
Did you do one in Hudson?
We did that low tech show.
I was out of state,
and that house that's across the street.
Yep.
From Alvrine.
Yep.
So it was there, and it's
old home days is where they do the old home days. Yeah.
I'll tell you can get in there. It's
cheap.
Very cheap.
That'd be good for
it's a sick location, because it's like 93's up the road.
Yep.
You go down a little bit, you can hit all the other highways. Nashua is down there.
Yeah.
So it was a great location. We had a good amount of cars there.
Like, how many cars do you think it would fit, roughly?
Oh, you could fit like a lot.
Yeah, like,
because it looks, until you drive a car in there, you don't realize how big the friggin' place is. And you can only see from the street. It's really long, but it also goes way back. So it's like a big L shape. I mean, you could fit several hundreds of cars.
Oh, yeah.
And like we did like mostly Euro, but like we did allow like whatever people to come in.
I mean, that's how
it was like
it was like
an enthusiast type get together more than like a show. We did trophies, but it wasn't like anything.
So I remember, because I saw pictures. I think I was out of state at the time, but there was some Audi with a 1.8T swap.
Yeah, because I reached out to you for the invite to the I forget what they called, like the upper class cars.
Yeah.
But I
do
remember
you remember the Audi?
You was like traveling somewhere.
There was an old Audi there.
Yeah, the Audi wagon with a 1.8T.
Yes, dude.
So I got to work on that a little bit at Tony's shop. That car is wild.
That car is so nice. I remember specifically thinking, "Fuck, I missed that show," because I saw pictures. I saw the car.
I forget the reason why I wasn't there.
It's basically like Audi's version of like a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
And like that was the first time I ever seen like the weird like steering rack that like goes through the frame and it's like above the transmission and it's like, what the hell is this? But like that guy was super cool. And,
it had like an upper rack, like the
it has
B5 through 7 cars.
It has a weird like upper rack.
And
like the frame's notched so that the tie rods can go through it.
Yep, that's how like the B5 through 7 chassis cars are.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's
it was just some weird Audi and the guy did a 1.8T swap in.
It was sick.
And, it's all-wheel drive. Like it was a cool car.
Did you guys go to that?
I didn't. No. I don't remember the reasoning why I didn't go.
Yeah.
It was a weird weekend. Like it was the only weekend we could get. And then it turned out there was like a couple other shows that day. And it was like, well,
it's too late.
They released their dates after we had released ours and it's like, well, we're already booked. Like we can't change. And they use that for like weird stuff. So like you have to be around their stuff, but they were super helpful with stuff. Same with the like even at that, like you could reach out to Hudson Speedway.
Ooh.
Because they might be able
a car show.
Well, you might be able to demolition derby.
Mark III.
If they have like an off day or an off weekend, like you might be able to just like do how they used to do it. Like,
is it banked? I can't remember. It is
slightly banked. Yeah.
I know. Like, I used to ride my bike like all around.
So like area. You could do like like they used to do at Seaconk and stuff. You could and they have like the pits, so the pits could be cars or vendors or stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
we should definitely like I feel like there's so many. It's funny. You have your dog and you're like trying to help this dog stay alive and all this time and money but like there's so many dogs that need like homes. Like,
Kim's always sharing.
Yeah, I know. She's an angel. I mean, she's just amazing. And but we should try to do something. I know there's a lot of car shows out there that like are for profit, and it just seems kind of like this shouldn't be your job to make car shows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
When you
like,
start doing it for profit is where you start losing. You start losing the type of people you want. Like even
the grassroots people.
Like even when we did that first show, like. We were just trying to break even.
Yeah.
And like most of we saved a little bit just to like possibly book the venue for the next year.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, you're talking.
You guys didn't redo it though.
No, he ended up moving. Nick from WM Stainless, he moved down to North Carolina for his work.
I think I talked to him at a show one time.
Yeah, Nick's a great friend.
I definitely have a business card probably in my toolbox.
I have
or
a bunch
maybe
of
you
stuff.
Gave it to me.
I usually bring the stuff for him to like dust off.
Yep.
And he has all the pre-made little packets. Like you're like, oh, I need
for an O2A or something.
Yeah, I need O2A bolt kit. You go on a site, O2A stainless bolt kit. Boom.
That's amazing.
Comes in a little package. Like it's sick and it's affordable.
Yeah, no shit.
I gave away a bunch of like he gave me. I probably have like $500 and stuff. I still have it at my shop.
Yeah.
So I'll bring it to dust off again this year, and I literally just.
You doing a booth again?
Yeah, I mean I don't know what I'm gonna do for a car. All my stuff's broken, so.
Sean's Mini.
Just tow it down.
It's like the last couple of years. It's like we brought my daily driver and Sean's Mini, and it's like it's tough when at that show because like. People don't come over to look at the Mini. They don't even understand what it is. They don't understand.
I'm
most
probably
of those parts
the only
are
one
more
that understands the car.
Is his car complete like with
the
wheels and everything like the way
for the
it
most
was
part
back in the day?
What do you mean? Like
he hasn't changed it?
Not really.
No,
right?
I mean because you get to a point where it's like.
I'm not saying he should. I'm just saying it's
the rarest stuff. Yeah, so
yeah,
it's
most people.
He took the air suspension out. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like somebody's running a freaking
like
lawnmower out there. Somebody's lawn?
Damn it, Al! Recording in the hood.
Somebody's mowing their lawn, mowing their snow.
Like he should change it. I remember it was so perfect.
So all we did was took the air out for now. So he listen. We love air.
Yeah,
but like it's like a hindrance sometimes. Yeah, like even that's why my dailies slammed on coilovers because it's like they just work. They just keep working.
It's one system you don't have to worry about.
And even with the air, I mean, Al those, like Sean blew a bag with Al in the car because they didn't have a mini kit. So the mini kit they sell to this day was derived by us.
Yeah.
Is
this airlift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sean's he doesn't have red stuff on his bags. It's all prototypes.
No shit.
So we literally, us and Jay up in Vermont.
Yep.
He had a mini at the time. So between all of us working with airlift, that's the kit they now sell.
No shit.
Because we had to use Mark V bags. We had to bore the spindle out to fit the Mark V strut down inside. And it was BRZ rears. That's how you used to have to get it to be bagged back in the day. And then it broke and went through the side of the bag.
Yeah, the rod broke off inside the bag and then poked a hole in it. So we had to like
the actual strut.
Yeah. Like the actual rod that comes straight up just snapped right in half.
Because Mini's struts are on like a weird ass angle.
Yep.
And it basically just creates a bind when you get that low and it just snapped.
I used to do air ride. Me and you.
Yeah.
We used to knock out air ride systems on so many cars.
I love doing trunk setups.
Yeah.
And just building the whole thing.
I haven't gotten many inquiries.
I did like a 8th gen Civic. I did like a nice air setup. Like we did Zach's S4.
Zach's, I loved Zach's floating tank, mounting it to the deck lid of his S4.
I did that with Kim's car.
Yeah, hard lining them down.
So you can still use the trunk, which is nice.
There is nothing I miss about air.
Air is so AccuAir was amazing. I felt like AccuAir was so good. I still have AccuAir in my GTI and Kim's GLI, and that I've never ever had issues.
We still have our AccuAir.
Yeah, I had it in my Golf R.
We both have E-level.
E-level, yep. E-level or what's Switch Speed?
Switch Speed.
They went bankrupt, but did somebody buy them?
R0 bought them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they started bringing stuff back. I'm friends with Nick, and his family owns Lowrider Depot.
Right.
Yeah, I saw you at the show up in New Hampshire that time. I was their booth car.
Volks Fair.
But yeah, that's about then is when they started pushing like a new switch speed type of setup. I forget what they call it. There's so many manufacturers making this shit now.
Yeah.
That it's just like...
And like airlift is just...
junk.
It's made for anybody to put in their car.
Yeah.
Ground, power.
No, airlift makes good struts, but they actually, I guess they were using BC Racing stuff, and then they stepped away from BC Racing recently. Because I actually was listening to somebody interviewing the guy from, was it Will from
Bag Riders?
Bag Riders, yeah.
They make their own stuff now.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. He was like, well, they started to compromise on quality a little bit, and he was like, we care about quality, and so that's cool. It's funny, actually, like the maintenance guy at where I work, he does all of the dealerships, and he went to Sam Zero, and they did a full air ride system on his, like, I think it's a Dodge, like 3,500 work truck.
Yeah.
But it's sick. Like, he just, like, gets in and, like, like, just hits whatever, but it's really for towing.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they use for bags, and I'll have to ask him. He would be an interesting guy to talk to on the podcast. He's done all my lift installs. He's cool shit, Dennis.
Oh yeah, Dennis. Dennis is an old school Volkswagen guy from back in the day.
Yeah, and
like I knew him
obsessed with
running
Audis.
around Manchester in the 90s.
Yep, he still has an Audi. It's the Quattro.
Yep.
That he made like a full wide body, like he widened the arches. He said when you open the door, the side skirts are like. It looks like like it's boxed out, like wide.
Yeah.
It's not a short wheelbase car like the those the ones that were homologated for rally.
Yeah, you're talking like you are S4 or S6.
Yeah.
He was an old Audi Quattro guy. Like that's all he really had.
Yep. He said he was doing drag racing with like 10 valve turbo. Before like he was like, yeah, I just put like a resistor, like it's funny to talk to him at the shop, and he's a talker. We could probably do a 3-hour podcast with him as well, but
we're getting there.
Yeah, I mean,
we're close.
It's a dirty game.
Close. Anyways,
yeah. So all right, we'll just wrap it up, and thanks for coming, Tim.
Not a problem.
You were one of the first couple people I wanted to have on. So you can follow us at 3 Pedals Podcast, Mike at send__it, Dan J. Pendleton, and me at Capone.
And remember, any complaints?
Yes.
DriveWorks at drive.works. Okay, please.
Any complaints, send it to DriveWorks.
Yes.
You'll get a response in 3 to 5 business months.
Yeah.
But all right, yep, that'll about wrap it up. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
See ya.